Okay, please tell me you can see me now. Can you guys see me okay? We still can't. You can't see me? Wait, hold on a second. I'm like in all caps mode. Can you? Oh, you can. Okay, okay. I was literally talking for like 20 minutes and I wondered if something was going on because I was like, they're not really reacting to like everything I'm saying about the astrology and what's coming up. And I'm like, maybe they're just like really enjoying talking to each other. I was like, oh, we can see you. Yay. Okay. Finally, I can see you. And I'm so happy that we still get alive. Yes. I like, you know what? It's been a motherfucking day. I have to say, it really has. It really has. Oh, spirit, you testing me. Oh, okay. I was in such flow too. I was like so in it. Oh man, this week. Especially after coming off of last week. Anyway, I don't need to go on and on and on. Hi. Hello. It's good to see you guys. If you're new, don't mind my little grumblings in the beginning. Like I said, it's been a week, and maybe it's been a week for you too. So if you're new, I can't believe I'm doing this all over again. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. It does help the videos to circulate so other people can have access to them. So the way this works, I'm like, again, I was like in it for 20 minutes. So I'm just trying to backpedal here a little bit. So the way this works, we go over the overview of just kind of my 2 cents on what I'm seeing for the week, what I'm feeling for the week after studying the astrology. And we will talk about the astrology and then we'll get into some channel messages and pull some cards as well. And if you can tell by the title of the title of this video, it's gonna be a week. It's all right. It's Monday and it's already been a week, at least for me. So maybe you're feeling that too. And not in a bad way, not in a bad way. I'm gonna give myself like a minute or two before I get in the overview because I'm just recalibrating and adjusting here. Let's see. I'm so happy you guys can see me because like literally I was like, they're just really in their conversation. We are wondering about the screenshot of you holding the goddess card. I still have it out here. Yeah, I wanted to pull a card preemptively of just like and for the thumbnail too, but just to kind of give a little bit of vibe of what we're in store for this week. And I do want to say um I'm feeling two drastically different experiences for the collective. So it's going to be interesting to see who's experiencing what. The end result is the same. This makes sense. Okay, maybe that's also why we just start over. Because even before we went live, I was doing some really intense energy work because of the day I've had, and even the week that I've had already, even though it's only Monday. Um, and even when I first tried to go into the live, it was like super glitchy on my end, and it was showing me an error message, and then it all went away. But I could see the chat, and I was like, I could see me, and I could hear me, and I was like, all right, it must be fine. But the energy I was working with was really intense. A lot of gold energy, so it's interesting too. There's a lot of gold on this card. Um, where was I going with that? Anyway, yeah. So I wanted to pull a card just to kind of give an idea, a little quick, easy brain interpretation. Easy for your brains to interpret what's going down this week. So again, two very different paths. The end result is the same, which is really interesting because like it wasn't communicated that way through me in the first live. But that's what I'm seeing. And it's very cool. I feel like I'm already getting some major channelings here. Okay, I'm gonna run with these channelings and then we're gonna do the overview. Okay. Hold on, I need to do a little timestamp for this. They're showing me two different paths. You may resonate with one. I can't imagine you resonate with both simultaneously, but maybe you've teeter-tottered between the two. And it does feel like, yeah, it's all rooted in choice, right? It's rooted in choice. Those who may resonate with this channeling, it's like I'm seeing a path that's like red and I'm seeing a path that's like white, which is very fascinating to me. This week, for those who resonate with this particular channeling, because I do read for a lot of people, I channel for a lot of people, so take these messages as they resonate. If you feel like you've been on the red path, it's like interesting how that wants to be said. you may feel like you have been like on a really intense spiritual journey, or you've been in a really tense dark night, or doing a lot of shadow work. And this feels extensive, months, years is kind of what I'm getting. But it's almost like you're recalibrating back to this like white path. And I don't say white path as in like purity. That's not how it feels. That's not how it feels. It feels like this choice to take the red path was a side quest. That's kind of how it feels. Feels like a voluntary side quest. And you're coming back, you're realigning to where you have found yourself previously. And so it may feel really weird as you're like, like recalibrating to the, that's how, and it feels choppy. It feels like that to snap back into place. Some of you have been walking the white path. It's like, I don't know how else to describe this, the white path. And so you may not experience what I'm going to describe for this second group here. Okay. Either way, the end result is the same. So when you find yourself in this place of like aligning to this present moment in time with this particular white path, um, I want a better term for it. It's really bugging me. But anyway, um, I want to encourage you to not like feel weird about it, because like, well, feel however you want to feel. First of all, feel however you want to feel about it. Because it just has this feeling of looking back and being like, oh, this didn't have to be this way. Like, that's how it feels. Like reflecting and like, oh, I could have made different choices. I could have made better choices. That's a perception thing. Because taking the red path, I want to say, while it was choppier, while it was optional, while it was not easy, it gave you something that sticking with the path you were on couldn't provide you. Some of you may feel like this was taking a little bit of a path like through the underworld, so to speak, or like an initiation through darkness. Your darkness, some of you, a initiation through your personal shadow versus just like collective shadow. But the red, and like I'm wearing a lot of red today. And it was weird because it was like I was actually it's so funny. I was wearing a white shirt and I was like, I need to be in red for some reason. It's like, I think it's literally just to deliver this message for those who need to hear this. So funny. I did. I literally like threw on like my reddest shirt. I threw on some red lipstick. It was time. I feel like those of you who took this red path, it feels very south nodal, I want to say, very primal, very much like the depths of, I want to say the depths of like nature, primal nature, human nature, the animal, the shadow, right? That's how it feels. But like through that, you also have this, some of you have been battling a lot of fears along the way to come to this moment where maybe you actually feel very fearless, right? Having this moment this week of like, boom, like realigning to this like white path. Some of you, it is just coming out of a period of shadow integration and you're feeling very like whole and complete within the self. The finding card, the reason I love that this is out here, it's this feeling of being at home with the self, feeling belonging with the self. If you've been on this red path, you may have been battling a lot of feelings of not belonging or being out of place. Even if you have had those feelings before taking this red detour, um, it's helped you tremendously with that, even if it's amplified that feeling. Okay. Belonging is a theme this week for the collective. This is this feeling of belonging. Um, whatever words you want to put there, because it's like belonging, yes. Finding where you fit, yes. Um, finding where your particular essence, soul, your skills, your talents, your personal beliefs, your personal strengths, where that fits within certain relationships or even like with the collective at large. Um, even if that means just like within a job or within your family, right? Or within your social group or within your neighborhood. Like it doesn't have to be grandiose, is what I'm getting at. These are just different ways this feeling of belonging can manifest. And both groups are feeling this. Both paths are taking you there. Some of you chose the red path. And it might have been gnarly. It might have been hard, but you got there. You're getting there if you don't feel like that already. And if you took the white path, again, not to say that you missed out on anything, but it like think of a video game, right? If you take this optional side quest, you still come back to like where you were, right? There's still this like full circle experience you're having. You didn't miss anything, right? You just The only thing that you might have missed was just an opportunity for having a little bit more experience under your belt, or having a little bit more advancements in certain skills, or having like an extra tool here and there, right? Just equating it to a video game. Um, I just heard all paths lead home. It's very true. All paths lead home. So you may feel like you're coming out of hermit mode. That's coming through as well. This is might be how it may manifest for you, that you're coming out of hermit mode. And even with like the white and the red, it's like that red feels very like snake dragon-esque. And that's something that I was getting a lot when I was just tuning in before going live, just doing my notes. I was getting this acknowledgement, this very prominent energy of this like lineage of medicine. So if you're new and you're like, what are you talking about? Don't worry, I'm going to explain. um, this lineage of medicine of this is just from my belief and my observation. I'm not saying this is a hard universal rule of thumb in occult studies or anything like that. But in my journey, I've seen this connection between snakes and dragons and avians, and there's an evolutionary um energy there along that line, along that branch. And it really is just a branch of medicine represented by different animals, different beings, if you will, different archetypes, even different mythology that like connects the two. And I feel like that's something that, yeah, it's almost like a take this as it resonates, and just listen to the message behind the first word that you're going to hear, okay? It's almost like the red path was a path of dissension. And it's not as if you descended. It's not that you regressed. And I want to make that very clear. It's almost like you were on the white path, like you were starting at this specific frequency. I don't know who needs to hear this. The specific frequency that is the white path. And I almost want to say avian like. And then you took the red path so you could actually integrate what came before. Okay. So you could integrate dragon, you could integrate snake. Now they're giving me more like primal medicines like scorpion, like ooh, centipedes are coming up. Interesting. I don't know. Those more primal underworld like shadowy like medicines to come back to avians. You see what I'm saying? It's like it's a full circle thing, which is kind of what shadow work is, right? Some of you, it's almost like you had to walk a path where you almost had to go back to the origins, back to the beginning to come back to where you are finding yourself now. And so coming back to this, what I'm feeling with this like moment of these two paths colliding again. Um, some of you may actually some of you may be seeing that, sensing that, feeling that in all kinds of ways. Maybe you're feeling drawn to go back to like a certain environment that you used to be at a lot when you like before you went into this red path, or certain interests, right? Certain interests that you maybe diverged from, then now you're realigning to them again, right? From back when you diverged into this path of dissension. Hold on. It was a choice for whoever needs to hear this. It was a choice, but I'm hearing maybe this is how you perceive it. It was a necessary choice. Um, Some of you are perceiving it that way, that it was a necessary choice. Again, dissension, not in the way of like regression. It's not the same thing. It's the ebb and the flow. It's the moving around the spiral, right? Um, you discovered a lot on that path about yourself, about how things work. Almost like you are thrown behind the curtain is almost how that feels. And throughout this, like being on the red path, you also may have felt very like out of space and time. Some of you may have been battling like disassociation, or you may have been very sensitive to like shifting of realities and timelines and things of that nature. Um, yeah, something about that path feels very like volatile and unstable, but it's like, yeah, you were like thrown behind the curtain in this like in like deep into the shadow, deep into the underworld, or through darkness, or again, just your own personal shadow. And now you're coming back. They keep reiterating it was a choice. But I feel like I'm feeling you. Like, no, that had to happen. No, that had to go that way. That had to be done. And I think that's just how you feel about it, which is like that's fine. Um, yeah. And so where you're like realigning here, They keep wanting me to like, sorry, there's so many things I want me to reiterate. You were not wrong in doing this. There may have been a lot of judgments from people around you of like what you were doing was wrong or what you were doing was like out of left field or crazy. Everyone in this community has had that word thrown at them quite a bit, as we know. Um, you weren't. And I think deep down you knew that. And maybe anytime someone said that to you, even thank you, even in your darkest moments, even in your most confused moments, if anyone had said that to you, it's like you knew that wasn't right. You could feel the dissonance there. But that's because they couldn't understand. They didn't understand. For wow, this is a really big message. My God. Feels like it should be its own video. This side quest is not. I see. I see. This side quest is not offered to most people. Maybe that's why deep down in your soul, your essence, your soul is even saying through you, like, no, it had to happen because it's a privilege. It was a privilege to go on an initiation of dissension. It was a privilege. Ooh, because not everyone could do that. Not everyone could go through that and come out the other side. Because thank you. Because the amount of faith it takes to do that. Some of you who are new in your awareness, is how that wants to be said, are being offered this now. Some of you are concluding this. Again, I channel for a lot of people. Okay. So I'm gonna say that again. And you'll know where you fit here. If you are new in your awareness, some of you are being offered this path now and you feel it and you know it. And you may also be feeling it that same way of like, there really is no other choice. I need to do this. And those of you who have been on this experience, you can feel this realignment happening. And again, I'm getting it, like equating it to like the hermit mode, because it's just they keep showing me the hermit card, and like that's also how it may feel. Like when you're on the red path, it may feel like you're off the board almost. Like you're off of the board of the awareness of other people who have been in your life. And again, if you're coming out of it and you're realigning here, it's like you're coming back on the board. It's very interesting. That's so interesting. God, I want this to be its own video. I kind of wish this wasn't attached to the weekly, but there's a reason that's happening. There's a reason that's happening. And even as you're coming off, again, it's like think of it like a mirror, right? What was going on in your life when you went on the red path, and what was going on in your life, and what's going on in your life now as you're coming off of it? There's some sort of mirroring or similarities that are coinciding at that same time. Thank you. The frustration. I feel like I'm being pulled into the main collective energy now. Excuse me. I feel like I'm being pulled back into the main collective energy of the week now. So we're gonna get there. But frustration is gonna be a thing this week for people on the red path. If you've been on the white path, you probably are not gonna be feeling this, or at least not as intensely. But that frustration, some of you guys may be feeling very frustrated at realigning because there's something about it that's like reflecting you back to the moment when you started this red path. Okay. Um, it just feels jarring and rattling because even the energy, the way it's trying to like align feels very crunchy and very volatile. It's like, it's weird. It almost like a magnet feeling. There's something you're resisting of thank you. There's something that's what it is. If you're feeling frustration about like sensing this of coming back, it's like it is like a magnet repulsion because you are resisting it for some reason. And I want to say whatever that resistance is, it's mirroring something back from when you first went on this path that was uncomfortable or thank you, that you were happy to get away from. That's what it is. Thank you. Oh my God, the messages today. We're going to come back to these other groups because it's different experiences for people just starting the red path versus people coming off, and then people who are been on the white path. It's just how it's being said through me. Okay. But yeah, if you are like realigning and you're coming back, if you're having any resistance or frustration, think back to when you first got on this path, what you were happy to get away from. because that's what it is. It's like you went from the white path to the red path and now you're coming back again, right? So what were you happy to I want to say escape? What were you happy to escape from the white path that now you are like realigning? You're kind of being forced to embrace again, to align. Um yeah, what is that? What is that? The quicker you can discern or identify what that is, the less frustration and crunchiness you're going to experience. Um, this is also tying into the energy of the week because we do have some beautiful energy between um, Jupiter and Gemini, Chiron and Aries, with Eris and Aries, and Pallas and Cheroklo both in Aquarius together. Like that is such a beautiful little aspect dance that's happening. And we will get into it, I promise we will get there. But this is clearly a really important message that needs to come out. Um, all of that energy that I just described, Jupiter with Chiron, with Eris, with Pallas, with Cheroklo, with the Gemini and the Aries and the Aquarius, it's all that soul scar energy, but it's like nothing about it is hard. Nothing about it is crunchy. It all has like ease and openness and clarity and insight to it of like, oh, it's like, it's going to feel a little bit like that. Like, oh, that's what I can do with my experience. Oh, that's what I actually like, what feels right in my soul, the finding. That's what makes me feel like I belong that, to myself. This is like how I fit where I fit. This is my true flow, right? Whether you are just like trying to enjoy your life, or it has to do with relationships or personal goals or work or whatever. Um, yeah, it's just it's seeing it, it's finding it, and it is also the path of least resistance, but it is specifically in relation to your personal challenges, wounds and insecurities and fears. And yeah, any healing that comes with that obviously, but it's like it's also showing you other like options and pathways of how to experience yourself in a way that feels right in your soul and with ease. Make sure you remember that, with ease. Went to a little astrology mode there, but let's come back to this like main channeling. I want to tune into those who are just getting on the red path. Yeah, I like every time I tune into it, it's like it's this feeling like I don't have a choice. But it feels actually I'm getting two things for that group. So if you're feeling like you're just entering the red path, it's interesting. It's like the verbiage here. One of like one collective of this group. I hope you guys are hanging there with me. You feel like you don't have a choice because it's just right. It's just right. It just is in alignment with where you're at right now and what you want right now. Because remember, this is a choice, but it is also a privilege. I think that's also why you see it that way and why you can't deny that. But it has this feeling of being pushed. So it's like I'm feeling one group within that collective of like feeling that push and being like, well, this is where we're going. And you see the opportunity of it. You see the potential benefit of it. So you're embracing it. But the second group that I'm feeling where it's like this path is just opening for you, you may actually experiencing it more like a dark night, like more like, why don't I have any control over my life right now? Why are things falling apart around me? Why can't I like just maintain XYZ in my life right now? Like it feels like that, that does happen in a dark night where things just kind of fall apart, like regardless of how much effort you're exerting. And so through just total like surrender to the process, you're like, yeah, I don't have a choice in this. I do want to emphasize though, that is a belief. I do want to emphasize that is a belief. It's not a bad belief because taking the red path is a gift. It's hard. It's hard as shit. It's like it's hard, but it is worth it. And it wouldn't be happening to you. It wouldn't be made available to you if spirit didn't think you could handle it. But thinking you don't have a choice, that is a belief. So I just want to put that out there. Can we focus on the white path? Not actually getting much of that. Maybe not many of you are here. They're showing me like this like aqua blue, like a very light teal kind of blue. So for those walking the white path, this is really interesting because like the way I've been feeling the white path, it feels like a path that is in alignment, right? It feels like something that feels right, but I'm getting that feeling of like something's missing for people who are identifying with never having strayed or diverged or descended. Again, descended is not um, regression. Okay. It's just going to these like depths of shadow and darkness and initiation through that. Um, yeah, I keep getting something missing with this white path group. And with that, like that blue energy, it's like that to me just like screams the throat and the third eye. I feel like for those who identify with this white path who've never diverged, I feel like you have found your way to keep your footing, is how that's coming through. Like you've had your challenges, sure. And you've like every step of the way, you've calibrated, you've adapted, but it's like it's this feeling like something's missing. It's this feeling like something's missing. Some of you, this like red white path, I do want to say, like, some of you, it almost feels like two versions of self and then unifying, catching up with each other in some moment in time. That makes a lot of sense, because for those who have like been walking the red path or who are just coming out of the red path, I keep getting this disassociation. I keep getting this feeling of like, yeah, disassociation or like disconnect a little bit, which would make sense if like it's like literally you are who am I talking to? Um, you can sense an aspect of self or version of self that's not where you were at. Ooh, jeez. You understand what I'm saying? Those who know. Okay, can we move beyond this message, please? I think that feels complete. Almost 30 minutes later. Um, that feels complete. That feels complete. Wow. 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 Okay, let's get into the overview of the week coming off of that crazy download. Oh, let me put this keyboard down. Hold on a second. It just takes up way too much space. Whew. All right. So, getting into the overview of the week. Wow. Ah, all right. I'm like that. It was like that was so intense. I'm just like moving some of the energy through me still. Okay, so getting into what's going down this week. So today we do have Saturn in Pisces, tightly exactly conjunct the North Node in Pisces, which is honestly a gift in and of itself. Because Saturn in Pisces, as we know, has been teaching us how to let go, how to surrender, how to have faith, how to have trust, how to move forward, how to be open, how to be receptive, leaning into love and forgiveness and compassion, our own spirituality, faith, intuition, all that stuff, right? Saturn in Pisces has been helping us to move toward experiences, choices, just literally just being in alignment with our spirit, right? Which is great. Coinciding with the North Node, that's also kind of like boosting that effect a little bit here, where the more we lean into that and the more we allow for that to take place, the more it opens up for us in terms of opportunities and what have you. Now, at the end of the week, we do have the new moon in Taurus at 7 degrees on the 27th. And I will be live on Patreon at some point this week, probably Thursday or Friday. I haven't designated a day just yet, but probably Thursday or Friday to get into all of that. Okay. Now, if you're going to take away anything for this week, just know that no matter what challenges, frustrations, unexpected turns of events that happen, if it challenges your ability to exercise your personal freedom, exercise your expression, um, your ability to experience pleasure, or gets into your dynamics or relationship around control and power and authority, don't be shocked. That is definitely the energy of the week. And that was also tied into the new moon as well. It's going to be really intense at the beginning of the week, but it will continue towards the end into the new moon energy because of a grand fixed cross that we have. And we will get into that. But just know that as that's happening, it's really just a highlight to you that, like, no matter what calamity is happening, it's going to show you what you feel is actually worthy of your time, money, energy, investments, dedication, devotion. Okay. because as our backs get pushed up against the wall, in terms of like when just things go left, right? When things go sideways and we're like, what the F just happened, right? We usually have to exert some energy of some kind or some sort of like time or resources or whatever to rectify things going sideways, right? That's a very natural human reaction. That's how you do. That's how you do shit. What it's going to show you is what you're not willing to invest in anymore. Like if something goes sideways and you're like, "Oh hell no, I'm not doing this anymore. This ain't worth it." Or it's going to show you like, "Oh hell to the no, I'm going to make sure this gets fixed. I want to make sure this gets righted." You see what I'm saying? Like it will show you what really matters to you, what your true values are, what your true priorities are. It may also actually give you opportunities to realize how your values have changed or how they are actively changing. And I say values because Taurus is really heavy here. Happy birthday, Tauruses, by the way. Um, Money will be part of that. Economy stuff will be part of that. Communication will be part of that. How you just want to have fun and experience pleasure will be part of that too. So yeah, I'm like, is there anything else that needs to be said there? I don't think so. I mean, that kind of covers it. That covers it. I don't something sorry, an energy just came in really quickly. That was weird. Let me come back for a second. Yeah, so just allow this to show you what you really only want to have time, money, and space for, and energy for, whether that's an environment, a lifestyle choice, relationships, whatever, skills, hobbies, whatever it is, no matter what kind of calamity it may come with. Not all of you will experience it as calamity. It will be a push. It's going to be a push no matter what. But some people are going to embrace this a lot easier than others. I imagine my mutable signs, anyone who has, a mutable sign placement 0 to 5 degrees in your sun, your moon, your rising, or your north node, I would expect you to swim very well in in this, so to speak, especially my Pisceans. Because that's the thing, right? It's like when you have this kind of like push and shove and pressure, mutable signs are like, oh, let's just try it this way. Like, oh, I'm not going to deal with that. Let's just go over here and do this instead. Fixed signs are like, hell to the no, I'm not budging. Right? So my fixed signs, I expect this to be the hardest. So again, like sun, moon, rising, north node, more like 0 to 10 degrees for my fixed signs. I expect this to be the hardest. But just let it take you there. Let it also show you the path of least resistance. Let it, again, show you what you value, what you prioritize, what you should be prioritizing for your own alignment of self, but also what you're capable of. What you're capable of, how much confidence you really can have when the pressure is on, and how much you're capable of handling when push comes to shove and you're under the fire. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. Now certain relationships, bonded relationships, and I've been talking about that for quite some time. Okay? If you don't know what I mean by that, bonded relationships are just any kind of relationship, any category of relationship where there's some sort of contract or some sort of understanding of we're on the same page and we're dedicated to something together in some way, shape, or form, and we are obligated in some way, shape, or form. That will support us during these times, right? Power in numbers. But also keep in mind that some of this like pushing and shoving and unexpected things going sideways, revealing what matters to us, revealing what we're capable of, and all the ways I've already described may also spill into your relationships. Okay. And you may realize, like, oh, I can't invest in this person anymore. I can't dedicate my energy to this person anymore. It is also going to, I'm hearing spin, put a spin on things in terms of worth, value, and confidence, like your own self value and worth and confidence. Also, why I titled this video the way that I did, of what's worthy of you, right? We don't ever really ask it that way, right? What is worthy of you? It's a very different perspective than like, am I worthy of this? No, what's worthy of you? It's like, that's how it should be. What is worthy of you? Okay. What else do I want to mention here before we get into, I forgot we're in the overview. I'm like, don't get too into much in the astrology. I mean Pisces, thank you. So as we ride this like roller coaster of crunchy emotions here, leaning into Pisces, we have a beautiful Pisces conjunction that's still supporting us. That's also where this energy comes into play. That's also where the channeling that I was mentioning before where like the paths are meeting, it's still the same endpoint. It's still the same destination. It's this finding energy. So if you're more in the like frustrated, feeling like your freedoms are being infringed upon, feeling like you can't do what you want to do, and it's making you angry, it's making you frustrated, making you upset, ride those waves of fire and intensity and allow that to come to a calm as you are seeing things very clearly, right? And then acting accordingly. But it is going to help you to experience this finding energy. And I was getting Ma'at very strongly and dragons very strongly as well. But yeah, this Ma'at energy is coming through with the finding. And Ma'at is just justice, balance, harmony. Even if you are seizing it for yourself and recognizing, okay, here's where I'm getting pushed upon, right? What options or paths have I not been allowing myself to acknowledge or entertain because of whatever personal resistance is? Um, how can I prioritize my peace and fight for the things I really want to fight for and fuck the rest, essentially. But it's leaning into softness at the end of the day after riding those waves. Okay. Yeah, that is everything I want to mention in the overview before getting into the astrology. Whew, okay. It's going to be a long video today. Let's do 15 here. Truly appreciate you and love your presence. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate all of the encouraging words. Thank you. It definitely anyone who's on YouTube and like does this, it helps to keep us going. It helps to keep us going. It really does. All right, now let's get into the astrology. Let's talk about this grand fixed cross. So this is also an aspect that's happening the entirety of the week and is tied into the new moon in Taurus. If you don't know what a grand fixed cross is, don't worry about it. We'll get into it. Not all astrologers would say we have a grand fixed cross. A lot of them would probably say we have a T square. T square is basically just a grand fixed cross without one of the aspects at play. That's, they're very similar. So we have the sun in Taurus, which again will also coincide with the new moon in Taurus, opposing Lilith and Haumea. They're both in Scorpio and have been working with each other for quite some time. We have Pluto and Aquarius opposing Mars and Leo. Okay. And all of them are square each other. So it's a lot. So again, don't get caught up in the verbiage here, but Pluto and Mars and the sun and Lilith all have associations with power, ambition, identity, ego, independence. And speaking specifically to Mars and Pluto have a malefic nature. This is why when we have a grand fixed crosses are some of the most challenging aspects to have, because what's happening is you have an entire modality activated, fixed signs, right? But they're all fighting each other. And it's interesting because in a way, it kind of highlights, for those who are familiar with like the medicine wheel or 4 directions, it highlights that, right? So it's highlighting all of the polarity of one modality, and it's basically testing you, challenging you to balance it all. Can you balance it all and learn and master that modality in the midst of change, in the midst of challenge, in the midst of chaos, in the midst of tension and stress? That's what that's speaking to. Now, again, because of Pluto and Mars and the nature of Lilith, there are going to be a lot of themes around independence, power, ambition, control, being able to take initiative, being able to destroy things even, and then in turn create things. And the fact that they're also in fixed signs, it really highlights how we really yearn for control and stability. And then what happens when that's taken away or when that's challenged? What are you going to do about it? Are you going to keep fighting for these things and investing in these things? Or are you going to realize some of these things are not worth your time and energy anymore, and it's time to move on to something else, right? So it really tests your adaptability skills while also testing your confidence and your belief in yourself of doing what is best in your truest alignment while flowing with the natural flow of where things are going and trying to take you, right? So can you flow with the river, metaphorically speaking, but also not sacrifice what really matters to you in the process? I know it sounds very challenging, but to reiterate, this is that reality check energy and some of the emotions of injustice and frustration, but it's going to show you what matters to you and what for you is worth fighting for. It's a lot of like cleaning house energy, cleaning house and then adapting accordingly. And there's going to be some major transformations for some people out of this. Not everybody, but for some people, majorly transformative, especially because of Pluto being a part of this, and also the new moon, and Lilith and Scorpio, with how May and Scorpio being a part of this. Just that scorpionic energy tends to bring that. Okay. So let it empower you. Let it show you things you've been resisting or haven't been open to, and let the change happen. Let the change uplift you. Let the change show you what you're made of. Okay? And what is worthy of you. Now, what else we got going on has a lot to do with Uranus. So Uranus and Juno are so interesting here this week because Juno, being in Scorpio, is retrograding through Scorpio, but is actually trine Neptune in Aries, and the North Node in Pisces, and Saturn in Pisces, and Venus in Pisces, and is opposing Uranus. Well, Uranus is moving into the 26th degree and is working with a fixed star called Algol, which I'll talk about a lot on the New Moon Taurus Live. So all that means is Juno and Scorpio highlights that bonded relationships and what we are devoted to, what makes us feel safe, and what we are devoting our time, money, and energy to, right? So it's highlighting that aspect of all this energy that I've already been talking about. But Uranus being in Taurus tends to come with some interesting caveats, and we've all been experiencing them for years now. But as it's getting in these later degrees, and especially as it's been working with Algol on and off the last couple years, it's gone a little crazy. It's gone a little crazier. So Uranus and Taurus tends to equate to natural disasters, storms, earthquakes, shifts in values, because Taurus rules value. Also money, because we value money. Changes with the economy. We've been seeing that. Now, when it works with Algol is known as the demon star. I don't ascribe to the common interpretation of Algol because I feel like it's a little archaic. It actually has a connection to the Medusa mythology and storyline, and tends to equate. It's considered the most evil star in the sky. Again, I don't ascribe to it that way, especially because of the way it's spoken about in the literature. It's spoken about it as if like it's about assassinations and murders and injustices and decapitation and things of that nature. But I look at it as being the demon star, the way we slay demons, the way we slay our own demons, the way we cut the heads off of evil enemies. Like that's how I look at it. Because even the whole story of Medusa, for those who are not familiar, so much injustice and bullshit in that whole storyline. I'm not going to get into it here. You can go and look it up. But basically, Medusa was done dirty, and she was killed in a really down dirty way. Even the way she became Medusa is just down and dirty. And I feel like this star really represents like justice for those things by slaying the heads off these demons, metaphorical, symbolic, whatever. Now, as it's working in a conjunction with Uranus, while Uranus is working with Juno in opposition, but is also sextile the Neptune conjunction of Venus, Saturn, and the North Node, these unexpected changes, things going left, or even changes we decide to initiate, it's coinciding with this energy of like slaying the heads off of anything that is keeping us from forward movement, that's keeping us from aligning to choices, environments, relationships that are truly right in our spirit, like slaying anything that's keeping us from this experience of belonging, of being able to exist within ourselves and our freedom to do so, our right to do so. That will look different for everybody, depending on who you are as a person, first of all, also what you got going on in your life and what matters to you. And then, of course, also your chart. It's a lot of things at play here because some of you that could look like social justice. Some of you that could look like getting over addictions. Some of you that could look like standing up to someone in your life. Some of you that could just look like making some different healthy choices for yourself, right? It's going to be different for everybody. But this week, while we are getting pushed upon in this way from this grand fixed cross, and yes, we're getting angry and frustrated, but we're also seeing like, oh, this actually doesn't matter to me, but that does over there, etc. We also have an opportunity to slay anything that would have kept us from believing in ourselves to do that in the first place, or embracing what really is in our best interest in the first place. And we're going to see this on a collective level too. So, as far as like global events and the economy and politics, that's going to be interesting. That's going to be very interesting because Algol and even like the mythology around it also has to do with that too. Like political bullshit. I'll just chop it up to that. Again, you can always read up on Algol if you want to. Um, so it's going to be very intriguing, especially with this grand fixed cross making everyone feel infringed upon in terms of like how they just want to be and live their life and do their thing, right? Now, last but not least, I kind of like mentioned this briefly already, but I'll mention it here. So Jupiter in Gemini is sextile Chiron and Eris conjunction in Aries, while trine Pallas and Chariklo, who are working together in Aquarius, while Chiron and Eris are sextile all that aqua energy. This one makes me really happy because I'm just like, oh, there's nothing bad about this at all. Like, that's just like all of that feels really nice and ooey gooey. This feels very, sorry, Clyde, I'm like yelling. It feels very much like this energy as well because Jupiter in a sextile with Chiron, it's just like, it's that benefic, optimistic, and even like spiritual and intuitive energy of Jupiter going like, hey, those little like soul scars you have, let's just like, let's just woosah those. Like, that's what that feels like to me. Let's just woosah those. Let's see that for what it is and see like the bigger reason, like the bigger gift behind those soul scars and just like be at peace with it. That's what that feels like. Very healing, very embracing, and very much seeing that from a higher perspective. Your personal shit, right? And then the Pallas and Chariklo component in Aquarius, Pallas being more of that like Ma'at finding justice energy in Aquarius. So it's like higher consciousness, the authentic self, communication, how we connect with each other, how we see things from a higher perspective, even like innovative, creative energy too. Working with Chariklo, also in Aquarius. So Chariklo is literally like the medicine woman. She's also the counterpart to Chiron. So you have this like masculine, feminine counterparts of like medicine and healing baked into this aspect of embracing the unique self and seeing again, oh, this is what I have to offer. This is what I have to work with in my unique wisdom, skill set, life experience. And this is what I can go and do with it and go and experience and enjoy life. Right. Right. And again, that could even like on a more global scale look like social justice and what is really right for the people at large. And just recognizing that and everyone having a little bit more healing in terms of their own authority and what they believe they're capable of, and especially capable of with other people, right? What we're capable of as a collective together against the powers that be. But yeah, so beautiful energy this week. It is. It's going to be crunchy at first. But it's going to lead to a very strong sense of empowerment in your own worth and what is worthy of you, your time, your money, your energy, your resources, and you get to decide. You get to say, I will commit to this, I will commit to that, and nothing else. Which is really nice. Okay. I feel like I've rambled a lot. Where are we? Shit, we're almost at an hour. I almost don't even feel like a collective read is necessary at this point. I was gonna do one, but I'm like, I feel like that channeling was kind of it in a way. Let me fill out the signs for a minute. We're gonna take like a couple minutes to just like woosah, get our feet on the ground, bathroom break. I don't know, whatever you need. Yeah, the initial channeling, right? I was like, it took me a while to kind of come back. Your so-called ramble is always so interesting. Just you. I know you guys love it when I ramble, which I very much appreciate because that's just who I am. So I appreciate you appreciating me. You have such a cool job. I do love my job. I do love my job, even though it has changed a lot over the years and is continuing to change in ways that I'm dealing with in the background. Medusa and the so-called Gorgonian creatures went through a lot of crap. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. I will put that channeling in my will. It was life-changing. It was big. It was clearly big. And I'm like, that's why I was like, shit, I kind of wish it was a separate video. But it happened the way it needed to happen. Hold on, I'm just filling out signs. Give me a minute. I'm getting too caught up in the chat because I love talking to you guys. we going with elements or are we going with signs today? Oh, my teams know we're going with elements. I know you guys like the signs. I do too, but they're being very clear about that. Probably for a good reason. They probably don't want me to burn out. Honestly, my crown, like after doing that channeling, my crown is like, okay. Definitely doing animals today. I already saw the bear coming out. The bear's been coming up a lot week to week. I'm getting toasty too. Just filling out the decks. Actually, I don't want to use that one. Hold on. Didn't realize these landed down here too. I know, Betty. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, I'm trying to sleep, woman. Yeah, we'll do that one. We'll do that one too. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna do 3 decks for the elements here. We will start with fire because we just do that over here. They always naturally go first. They just want to, and it always feels right. We're gonna go fire, air, water, and earth. Just for those who are wondering, that's just how it just came out of me when I was writing it down. Abigail, yeah, I'm reading your message. That's how I've always felt. And I think for me, I can only speak for myself. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I feel like the daytime, I feel like people are so active that like it's draining for me. Like just the awareness of it. I don't know how to describe it because once the sun goes down, it's actually not even just once the sun goes down, it's once it gets kind of late. Once it gets to like 9ish, 10ish, I'm like bloop, I'm like super alive, even if I'm like running on no sleep. And I think that's what it is. I think it's because literally the world is at rest. And so I'm not like privy to that. Anyway. All right, fire signs. I'm actually going to do animals first, and then we're going to do the pocket archetype. Okay. Aries, Leo, Sag. Oh, you know what? Shoot. I'm sorry. I forgot to do degree ranges and things. Hold on. And then we'll come back. So I did mention some of these a little bit earlier, but just to like put it with its own timestamp. Fixed signs. Anyone who has sun, moon, rising, or north node in the fixed signs, 0 to 10 degrees, I would say Taurus and Leo primarily, you're going to really feel that Grand Cross. You're going to really feel the intensity of it. No matter how it's showing up in your life, you're going to feel the intensity of it. And of course, like you can look for anybody for what I'm about to say next, for where the fixed signs fall in your chart, 0 to 10 degrees, just to see where some of the push-pull may be happening in your life. Okay. And then I would say look to Pisces and Taurus, 25 to 29 degrees for where some of that slaying of the metaphorical demons may be taking place. Okay. It feels very liberating. I also want to say that too. Like that feels incredibly liberating and alleviating. Like dropping the monkeys off your back is almost how I want to say that. They just gave me a really weird visual for that. Excuse me. Yeah, actually, some of you energy. Yeah, some of you may feel like you are actually getting rid of some like major burdens. And I want to say off the back, some of you, this is also going to be definitely relationships that siphon you or like are very parasitic or codependent, like where it's very transactional. Yeah, I'm getting like codependent, transactional, conditional, where there's not a whole lot of balance of give and take. Thank you. Where there's no vulnerability. Oh, there it is. Yeah, relationships where the heart is not open. Yeah. Where your heart's not in it, where someone else's heart isn't in it. Relationships, situations, etc. But I'm really feeling relationships there. So Pisces and Taurus, 25 to 29 degrees. Expect to experience some sort of liberation if you're embracing all this energy. Um, and then for all that beautiful Jupiter, Chiron, Aqua, Chericlo, beautiful looking at the soul scars with beauty sort of energy. 20 to 25 degrees Aries. If you want to expand on that, Gemini and Aquarius, but I would prioritize Aries there. Okay. Okay. All right. Now let's get back to fire. Okay. All right, fire signs. Going with the animals here. By the way, all the decks that I use are linked below for your convenience. Thought it just got like blurry on me for a second. Fire signs. What's going on for my fire signs this week? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I thought I just heard a weird sound. They are showing me a crown very specifically. I mean, that to me speaks of authority, right? That to me speaks of authority and speaks of power. How you handle your own power, how you handle your own authority. How connected are you to it? How not connected are you to it? Yeah, it's just they're highlighting your relationship with your own use of your power and your authority, or lack thereof. Ooh, very nice. We have hummingbird. So hummingbird is usually like some sort of burst of positive energy, moving into flow, out of ebb. I am hearing optimism with this. Optimism, optimistic. I'm also getting the word hope. It's giving me vibes of the star card, actually. Hummingbird for me is also a timing card. Personally, for me, like a divine timing energy of like, hey, now's the time. Now's the time. Now things are happening. Now things are moving. Now things are grooving. Maybe you've been waiting for this. Yeah, fire signs. Almost called you water signs for a second. Maybe you got water in your chart. It feels like you've been waiting for some sort of specific moment in time. The time is now. The time is now. Thank you, Spirit. It's not so much that like it's about when something externally is ready. It's really when you're ready. That's how they're saying. I think that's how you've been perceiving it. Like you're just waiting for the right moment or you're waiting for something to come in. And Spirit's like, no, it's really just when you're ready. Hence the relationship to your own power and your own authority. This energy is experienced when you're ready for it, when you're ready to take it on, when you're ready to experience it. I want to say for some of you, when you're ready to initiate it, not when it just falls into your life. Oh, there, yeah, wow, Earthworm. Earthworm is a little bit like, it's my 0 point card. It's a whole new foreign experience, and sometimes it's very uncomfortable, okay? Because it's new. Because the rainbow is like really grabbing me here. Yeah, it's giving me like Wheel of Fortune and the Fool card. The time is now, but the time is now because you like it's when you decide that the time is now. It's not when it just happens to you. It's when you decide that the time is now. They're being very clear about that. They're being very, very clear about that. And it is very uncomfortable because there's something about it that again is like foreign. Out of your comfort zone. Thank you. Because it's out of your comfort zone. You're out of your comfort zone with whatever this is. Also why I think you've been waiting for it versus like getting yourself ready to take initiative on it. Can I get a third card for my fire signs, please? It's like, did I do a timestamp? I did. Okay. Oh, look at you. Lion. I love that this came out for my fire signs because the lion is the master of fire. Oh, did you guys see that too? Maybe it was just my monitor. A weird, like literally a weird wavy squiggle just went across the screen. It could have just been my own monitor, so maybe it was just for me to see. I don't know. That was really weird. That's really weird. Anyway, yeah, Lion in this deck is the master of fire. This is the King of Wands. This is a mastery of your own element. You are perfectly capable. You're perfectly capable of this. And it's interesting how it landed because it landed on this side of the hummingbird, like you're waiting there in anticipation. Well, granted, the lion is also the mastery of timing, which again, timing seems to be big here. I want to say your perception of the timing of how you've been perceiving it. I don't want to say it's not that it's wrong. It's not that it's wrong. I just feel like this external versus internal. You know what I mean? Like that's really how I'm feeling it. Like you were waiting for something to happen outside of you when really it needed to come from within. You needed to something and you needed to be ready, not externally. I think actually for the end of all these elements, I will pull a card for each sign. I think I will do it that way because I did that way before and I really liked it. But that's what I'm getting with you fire signs. Let's get into the pocket archetypes. Earthworms mate for 4 hours. Ooh, sounds like a good time. 4 hours is a nice session for that. All right. So you can still get other things done, but you know, it's lengthy. Anyway, any messages or insights for my fire signs for Aries, Leo, Sag? Sounds exhausting. What? Sounds exhilarating. Okay. For my fire signs, any messages or insights for my fire signs? Getting some dolphin energy. So I don't. Oh, they're spinning. So 2 cards came out. I can't see them yet. But they were showing me dolphins. And again, I did want to call you water before we got into this. So there could be something between you and water. I usually expect some sort of correlation between all of the elemental readings in some way. But dolphin to me is very playful, very sensual, very fun, very exhilarating. Like dolphin energy doesn't hold back. They're saying there's something about that quality of it. Dolphin energy doesn't hold back. And I feel like fire signs, you've been holding back because, again, you've been perceiving like that you're waiting for something to happen externally. But like it's almost like embrace the dolphin energy a little bit. Embrace the excitement and the passion of spontaneously just diving in. Yeah, spontaneously diving in. That feels yummy. Oh yeah, yep. Fire signs have been playing it safe. The castle and the shadow. So interesting these 2 cards are coming out because the castle is about stability and safety and like fortification. But with the shadow, it's really highlighting like what happened when we get a little too comfortable with that like sense of stability. It's like trying to get the golden palace and you create the golden cage for yourself, right? Too comfortable. Too comfortable. And that's what I was getting here. It's like you are too used to what you're used to. And some of this requires you to do something differently, to go about this a different way by recognizing you're capable, you're ready, you can do this. Dive in, don't hold back, just go for it even if it's out of your comfort zone with the earthworm. Yeah, very interesting. Oh, that was very crystal clear. Yeah, let's go ahead and pull a card for each sign. Yeah, that feels right. Hold on a second. Okay. Okay, we got that one. Let's do unicorns because that's just the best one. All right. Aries, we're going to go with glow in the dark tarot for you. Okay. Aries, can I get a card or two for deck is running away from me. Can I get a card or two for Aries? It's fun watching me pick the cards. I was really debating about keeping this here. I don't know. It's hard for me to work with this space. I'm like, it looks so messy, but it just looks lived in, I guess. Aries. Can I get a card or two for Aries for this week pertaining to this spread? Oh, that was fast. 5 of Wands, Aries. So that's a little bit of tension, competition, fighting. This feels internal. It's that feeling pushed in a corner energy that I was speaking about. and the astrology portion. Take the path of least resistance, Aries. Yes, you may need to be uncomfortable, but take it. Can I get one more for Aries, please? Yeah, take it. I'm also hearing take the high road, with the Knight of Pentacles being here. Don't lose your integrity. Don't lose, um, again, what matters to you, what's valuable to you. The Knight of Pentacles is Virgo. So we have Leo and Virgo coming up here. You could be a cusper, even though this is the Aries reading, you could be dealing with a cusper, not necessarily. But Knight of Pentacles is consistent, predictable, reliable. It is the ride or die, even if they take time. And that's also what I feel with you, Aries. It's like impulse. I don't want to say. Don't let your own frustrations with the Five of Wands throw you off your throne. Don't let it throw you off your balance. Don't let it throw you off your compass. And don't let it sway you from your own integrity. I'm also hearing the word quality. Don't allow it to degrade the quality of how you show up. And I want to say with work, it's giving me work vibes here. Yeah, don't allow that Five of Wands to throw you off of this Knight of Pentacles energy, because this is like keeping you grounded, I want to say. Yeah, I want to say the Knight of Pentacles is keeping you grounded and keeping you true is also what I'm getting with that. Yeah. All right, let's go with Leo. Leo, you're getting Rider Waite. Okay. Thank you, Starseed. Yeah, if you're in here and you're enjoying this, by all means, hit the like button. Because we do have like 375 people in here. So let's do it. Okay. Leo, what's going on for my lions? So Leo, remember, Mars is in Leo. I know you feeling it. There's no way you're not feeling that. Okay. And if you have any prominent placements in Leo, right, 0 to 5 degrees, you really feeling that Grand Cross. So let's get into it. They're already giving me really interesting visuals. So it's like reminding me of the Lenormand deck that I don't even work with anymore. I had a Lenormand deck, and it was a Venetian themed deck. So like Venice, Italy. And it was like tied to a lot of like history of Venice. It's like so hard to conjugate that for me. I don't remember what card that was, but they're just showing me like that art style. And I'm like, there's something about that. But they were showing me this visual of someone just kind of like looking out the window. It feels very yearning to me. They're also showing me the heart card. And I'm also hearing something is undeniable at this point. It's undeniable. It's undeniable. Whatever you've been yearning for, it's like you haven't been, again, the holding back and the timing. You haven't been allowing yourself to go for it. Why? Probably because of comfort, right? Whatever you're yearning for, it feels like it's outside of the walls of your container. It feels like it's outside of the walls of your life. Maybe it's even like, it could even be a person with the heart card coming out here, but it's what your heart yearns for. It's what your soul is yearning for, a certain experience or an environment or a relationship or a situation. Okay. You feel like it's away from you. It's beyond you, but that's a choice. Again, reality check for a lot of people this week. That's a choice. Because even if you have this knowing or understanding that like it's very far away from you physically, is it impossible? Probably not. I also I fully believe anything is really possible, but that's just me. Yeah, it's like what you're yearning for, you're not experiencing it because you haven't allowed yourself to just go for it. You haven't allowed yourself to just say, yes, and I will leave my walls, my container, or my whatever to go and experience that. This realization of it's been your choice, it's been of your own making, may be undeniable at this point. But even within that awareness, even though that's uncomfortable, there's a freedom in that. There's a liberation in that, because in accepting that and being aware of that, you can also be aware of the fact that, oh, it's actually totally within my control to go and experience that. Yeah, Leo. Oh, oh look. Basically the king of the heart. Are we on collective messages? We're doing fire right now. So I'm doing like elements and then I'm pulling like one or two cards for each sign. So Leo, the sun and king of cups. Some of you could have sun in Scorpio, could be dealing with Scorpio. There was a water connection for some people with the fire reading, but yeah, sun, new beginnings, illumination. And that's what I was seeing is like you're looking outside and it's like the rays of light, the rays of sun illuminating to you, highlighting to you what you really want, what your heart really wants. And you don't have to yearn. You can just go. It may come with some discomfort, right? May come with some discomfort, but it's not impossible. Can I get a second card, please? For Leo. Oh my God, Leo. So, Leo, some of you, this is going to come with some massive change here. I feel like more than anything, it's just realizing how much power you really have over what you decide to experience. It's the power of choice. It's the power of choice. It's the power of free will. You're finding a whole new awareness of empowerment of that, is what I'm getting. So, for most of you, this just feels like a lesson of that awareness. But some of you with the sun in the world, it could be a massive life change. The world also has international implications. This could be about a move for some of you or going to a whole other country for some of you. The world can also have some sort of like social media implications and how like worldly connections or how we connect through people through all kinds of means, right? Or mediums. And with that heart energy, I did feel for some of you, it is like yearning for a person, but some of you, it's yearning to be somewhere else. It's yearning to be somewhere else or even someone else. And you're realizing the world is your oyster and you don't have to hold back anymore because it's really within your power to just make the choice to do it. There's always a way. There's always a way. All right. I was like, where did the unicorns go? Saji. If I can find the pen. Okay. I might take the little excerpt of the channeling and just make that its own video and post it later in the week. For people who are like not drawn to the weeklies, I don't know, it just felt so, just mentioning it again. Anyway, Saggy. What's going on for my Saggies this week? And as I said earlier, I expect the mutable signs to swim very easily through these energies compared to fixed signs. Sagittarius, any messages or insights for Sagittarius? For this week? Can I get one or two cards for Sagittarius? Oh, nice. You have King of Cups, Scorpio energy. You could be a cusper if you're a Sag sun, not necessarily. But I see you're in your heart. And I feel like you're primed and ready. That's honestly the energy that I'm getting. You're primed and ready. You're primed and ready. Revisiting. Some of you have done a recent revisiting or reevaluation or just like being reflective on what makes you happy. It's like you've already done the work ahead of time. Saggy is how this is kind of feeling. I almost feel like you have, I'm getting the word treasures, almost like you have like your treasures are already with you. I don't know if you're like ready for a trip or you're about to go on a trip. It's kind of giving me those vibes. Yeah, it's giving me the vibe like your bags are packed and you're just primed and ready. That's so interesting. Can I get a second card, please, for my Saggies? Let's see. Oh, you guys got a lot. Oh, we have Temperance, Page of Wands, and Page of Pentacles. You are. With the pages, pages are new perspectives. Could also be like sending messages, but also speaks to like having a new beginning in some way, shape, or form of a certain experience, right? Because you go page, knight, king, and queen, right? So here you are as the King of Cups, primed and ready again, is what I keep hearing. With Temperance, your card, Sag. And then here you have, boom, these two page energies. One is about excitement and passion and creativity and adventure, and Page of Pentacles feels like it's grounding it. So, Sag, it's almost like you have already been anticipating A new sort of adventure is how this feels. A new adventure, but you're grounded in it and you have a plan. I don't want to say a full-fledged plan, but it's like you have the first seeds of a plan. Like, you know, the first couple steps you want to take. Temperance with the King of Cups. I feel like you're pacing yourself very well and you're using your intuition to guide you here. So again, like, as I expected, like Sag, you're doing just fine. You're doing just fine in this energy. Just feeling into this a little bit more. Yeah, I just feel excitement. I feel excitement and it feels grounded. Feels very practical too with the Page of Pentacles. Some of this is an income stream. Some of this is like financial. Um, Even if you're doing it with a friend, I'm getting a little bit of an ally energy. Page of Pentacles is my card of friendship, and there's 2 pages, right? So some of you guys, this is about a friendship or some sort of partnership or allyship, I should say, that you've been primed and ready for. Nice. Enjoy that. All right, let's move on to another element. Getting credit over here. Okay. All right. Doo-doo-doo. Who's next? We have air. Air is next. Okay, air signs. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Air signs, I expect that there's going to be some really beautiful energy in your reading. I expect we're going to see some love. I expect we're going to see some forgiveness. I expect we're going to see some pleasure come up, some Venusian energy. Excuse me. Some eagerness as well. But just very in the heart is what I expect from my air signs. The otter. Totally the heart energy. Okay. Air signs. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Dreams are coming up really strongly. Maybe this is a dream you already had. I don't feel like this is about pay attention to upcoming dreams. I feel like this is something that you've already had dreams about. You may have, deja vu. So you may have a deja vu sort of experience. So your dreams have told you something. Some of you, it's a warning. Cobra. Cobra is my Saturn card. Cobra can sometimes be about waiting, taking a pause. It's giving me a little bit of hanged man energy. I'm getting strong Pisces here. Very strong Pisces. You could be an Aqua Pisces cusper, not necessarily. It's weird. With Cobra, I'm getting dreams. This is really bizarre. I've never felt that with this energy before. You could be seeing snakes in your dreams, but I want to say your dreams are telling you something very clearly, or you're having some sort of my mystics now. You're having some sort of meeting or something in your dreams, or some sort of conversation in your dreams. It's telling you, showing you something very abundantly clear. Some of you may feel like you've been in a bit of a hermit or hanged man mode where maybe you've had a little bit of stagnancy, or maybe you've been taking a little bit of a pause or a little bit of a time out. I'm hearing patient. Some of you guys have been trying to be patient with this, and maybe some of you your patience has been tested. This is giving me something or someone talking to you in dream time. Could even be a guide trying to tell you something, show you something, but it's coinciding with this Saturn Piscean energy. This is so interesting coming up for air. It's showing you the value of the pause you've been in. I want to be very careful with these next words. The value of the pause you've been in, the value of things maybe not being so incredibly clear, and the timing of it. It's bringing me back to fire. And the timing of it, the benefit of the timing of this pause. Something's coming, and I think you know it. But I want to say the Cobra is actually helping you to soothe your frustrations. If any of you have been impatient or been very frustrated with this feeling of being confused or being stuck or feeling kind of stagnant or hung up, like the hangman or hermit mode, it has served a really important purpose for you. It's been to your benefit. It's been to your benefit. And I want to say spirit is literally like showing up here to like remind you of that or show you that or give you reassurance of that. And I want to say something about dreams, and I want to say dreams that have already taken place as you're watching this. Okay. Because some of you guys are going to watch this later. But the frustrations, you're going to find a calm with your frustrations, and it's through patience. I know we don't love that word, but it is through patience. The heart. the heart chakra coming out here with golden egg, dragonfly, a new perspective. A new perspective is happening because of what's going on in the heart space. This pause has been for your heart. That's how it's coming through. This pause has been for your heart. Timestamps. Yeah, timestamps will come when we're done. We're still live. Yeah. You're going to start seeing something that you couldn't see before, and it's because your heart has been going through a shift. And then we have cheetah. Yang, masculine energy. It's my 8 of Wands card. Unstoppable action and movement. This they keep bringing up time. And then on the bottom we have sea serpent. I'm going to pull one more card. But on the bottom we have sea serpent with the sacral. So creative energy, sensual energy, passion, pleasure is also coming through quite a bit. Remember what I said? Something's coming. That's the cheetah. You're going to see that like there has been something coming, but your heart needed to go through some sort of change or some sort of shift for you to actually see this, to be aware of it. Can I get one more, please, for air? For Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Thank you, Divine Rose Garden. By the way, can we give a quick like little thanks and shout out to all of the mods here? I know it's like not super easy at times to like keep up with the comments and things like that. So thank you guys so much for being here. You guys already know that I'm very grateful for you. But yeah, give a shout out to the mods. Can I get one more, please, for my air signs? For Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Let's see this one. Interesting. Peacock. I did not expect that. That feels weird. Why does that? Okay, why is the peacock out here? Because that feels really weird to me. Peacock can be a symbol of like abundance and beauty and grace, attraction even, or magnetism or chemistry. With this card, sometimes I get a really glitchy energy, and that's what I'm feeling here. I'm feeling a weird glitchy energy with it, and I don't like it. Why is peacock here for my air signs? Oh, but magnetism with the moth. One more. It's giving me masking. It's giving me masking a little bit. Can I get one more for the peacock? Take this in stride. And then dolphin. Okay. Air signs. This peacock, like I said, is a really weird energy, but because it's giving me a little bit of like melting the mask, melting the facade, melting the representative. This could be someone in your field. Some of you, it's not even you. Some of you, it's just someone in your field, and they're just here. Okay. Some of you, this is someone who is potentially incoming into your field, into your reality. These cards around the peacock, there is an unstoppable magnetism that's happening. Thank you. It's like when the change happens with your heart. Oh my God. It's when the change happens with your heart. Because when the change happens with your heart, your awareness is shifting, your awareness is opening, but your energy is changing, your frequency is changing. And so there's other people around you picking up on the change that's going on with you, noticing you as you're noticing them, right? That makes sense. The turtle and dolphin. Hold on. Dolphin came up for fire signs. Yeah, with this, I just keep getting like this emphasis on melting the mask because dolphin is play. It's fun. It's healer energy. It's actually the card of the healer. Turtle is, I heard take this in stride. So take that as you will. But turtle is a patient energy. It's grounded. It paces. It goes with the flow. It's also elder wisdom. Also speaks to ancestors. Air signs, you have a lot of emphasis on guides and ancestor support at this time through this. Yeah, so just don't be surprised that as you go through this shift with your heart and your awareness is shifting, some of your intuition is going to amp up, okay? There are gonna be people who notice you that didn't notice you before. Pace yourself with that. Pace yourself with those experiences because there's definitely something to be learned there and to experience there, but you're also gonna see how people are wearing masks and how people are not, and maybe more than you could before. Some of you, these people will also help you to see how much of a mask you used to wear, and you may find some healing in that. You may find some restoration in that. Um, yeah. So you're gonna come out of this hangman hermit energy. And again, spirit's just reemphasizing it served a purpose. It served a purpose. Because some of you may find this to be a little overwhelming, some of the energy that's incoming here. Let's go ahead and pull from the pocket archetype. Ooh, and then we'll pull for the signs. For my air signs, please. Thank you. The medallion. I feel like you're the medallion here. Shining bright like a diamond. Your heart is going to start shining bright like a diamond, okay? Like I said, I'm like, yeah, people are going to be seeing you who couldn't see you before cuz your frequency's amping up. Your frequency's going to change. Yeah, and again, be discerning about who's taking notice of you cuz yeah, some of them are like super masky, right? And glitchy and weird. But some of these people, that's the Clydester. Some of these people do have a lot to offer you. Just pace yourself. Pace yourself with these encounters. What's up, buddy? What's going on? You don't want to chill anymore? All right, I'm gonna get another card here. Is that what I think it is? Oh, wow. Apocalypsis. This is giving me a little bit of like birthing energy, and we have ocean on the bottom. Yeah, it's almost like your heart is like emerging. It's emerging up and out. Some of you guys may experience this as I'm getting really itchy on my neck. Some of you may experience this as a heart opening or a heart activation because it's giving me that vibe of like emerging from the depths. Oh, yeah. And then we have storm underneath that. Look at that. So yeah, some of you may experience this as a heart opening and or awakening here. But apocalypsis is like clearing the board, clearing the deck. It's a clean slate, which comes with things being cleared out in a way, right? And what emerges out of that is the medallion. Your heart is emerging, I want to say, from a slumber. Keep in mind, this could be reversed. This could be someone around you. But that's what I'm seeing here. It's like your heart is getting polished, like the diamond that it is. All right, let's go ahead and get into the signs. Okay. Put you over here. Gemini. I always like to go with glow in the dark for Gemini, just the polarity of the black and the white. Okay. Gemini. Can I get a card or two for Gemini, please? Pertaining to the spread. What's going on for my Geminis? Speaking of, they're astraling a lot. Geminis. Ooh, I want to say ground, baby, ground. Oh, Gemini is grounded out. Ground. I'm getting very lightheaded in your energy. I just want to say, like, as a blanket statement for Gemini, is like major intuition spikes. I'm definitely getting astraling, telepathy. Dreams are going to be vivid, and I want to say dreams may be draining. Sleep may be weird. Sleep may be really weird at this time. Stop ignoring it is what I'm hearing too. Stop ignoring what? Something's been nagging at some of you. This is not for all of you. This is a sub-collective of the Gemini collective. Some of you have been ignoring something that's been like nagging at you. I want to say screaming at you. That's interesting. You can't ignore it anymore. You can't keep snoozing on it. You can't keep hitting the snooze button. It's just different verbiage that's coming through. Can I get a card or two for Gemini? Oh, yeah. No wonder. Okay. That is kind of judgment energy, isn't it? When there's some sort of nudge we can't stop feeling, when there's something we can't shake, When something keeps pulling on our souls, it's usually judgment. It's usually the judgment card. Um, how do I want to say this? There's some sort of truth you've been hitting the snooze on that you've been just like, I want to keep saying, keep hitting the snooze button, or you've just been ignoring it, ignoring it, ignoring it. Some of you, this is a straight up call from spirit. Okay. Judgment does come with some karmic energy. It's Pluto, it's fire. Most hearing initiation with this. You can't ignore judgment anymore. That's just how it keeps coming through, Gemini. I know it's like not great to hear that, but judgment is also a card of awakening, sometimes resurrection, or coming or digging something up from the depths of the past or the depths of the soul. But it is hardcore soul energy. It's also angelic energy. Whatever has been coming up and nagging at you, poking at you, coming up in your dreams probably, or your awareness, you cannot ignore it. It feels like Cobra. Look at those eyes. It's like Gemini. Gemini. You got to laugh sometimes. Can I get a second card for Gemini? It's going to be different for all of you what that is. Can I get a second card for Gemini? Interesting. Wow. Okay. Page of Swords. Page of Swords is a card of observation, analytics, research, also sometimes communication. You know what this is. This is telling you are very aware of this. And I feel like you're side-eyeing it. Again, it's like you don't want to heed whatever this is. I got to get one more for you guys. Can I get one more for King of Cups, by the way? I was trying to come out. Can I get one more? What is the nature of this for Gemini? It's probably going to be very vague, but no? Okay. Thank you. Oh. Guess the King of Cups wasn't that far off, was it? It's your own heart. Your heart is screaming something at you. I guess that makes sense with the overall for air, right? With the golden egg. And it's just what I want to, that's how the energy feels. You're given the side eye. And some of you who are like very intuitive and mystical, you're side eyeing spirit. You're like, no, I'm not going there. I'm not going to listen to that. I'm not going to feel that. Some of you, it's about feeling. You don't want to feel something. Some of you don't want to feel something. Hold on a second. Gemini. Clyde. Clyde. Bubby. He turned into a Gemini for a second. It's funny. He was being a little unruly. You're fighting your own heart. You're literally fighting yourself. Some of you are really fighting spirit, but it's just your heart, and you're just like you're just giving it the side eye, and you're saying no. Judgment is similar to the Tower. It's that Pluto energy. It's that energy. I'm not going to say you can't keep ignoring it. You can do whatever the hell you want to do. It's your own life, Gemini. Who am I to say what you need to do? I'm just a messenger, right? But I think the longer you keep hitting the snooze button, the rougher this is going to be. Okay. Especially with the Apocalypsis card coming out in the overall. This is basically like the Tower card. This is like the forces that be coming in and destroying things for the benefit of this. Okay. So I'm going to leave it there. And I forgot the timestamp. Darn it. If anyone has a timestamp for Gemini, pretty please, if you wouldn't mind giving it out. Let's move on to Libra. All right, Libra. We're going to go with Rider Waite for you. Libra. Any messages or insights for Libra? Oh, what's going on, Libs? How are my Libras doing? I want a better nickname for you. Because like Librans, that's not really a nickname. Libra. Am I taking these now? So Libra is very, like, immediately off the bat, they're giving me a little bit of like a smudging energy. So maybe you guys have been wanting to smudge recently or doing some cleansing, some clearings, maybe even like working with water that's coming. Water's been like touching everybody today. Water's coming up a little bit here, like taking some spiritual baths, maybe. Some of you guys are actually cleaning out your house. I'm hearing getting rid of the junk. And I keep wanting to breathe heavy in your reading too. You could be doing breath work. It just feels like you're being very methodical. And I want to say taking your time, being very methodical at like what really needs to leave, what really needs to go. Ace of Swords. Yeah, you are very clear. You are not confused about anything. And I want to say you're using that sword to clear out what needs to go. Because the sword, even as a symbol outside of just tarot, it's how we destroy and how we forge, right? Wait, 645? Wait, negative 645? I don't know how to convert that timestamp. But I appreciate the effort, George. Thank you. You're just super clear. And you just know what you have to do. And you're just taking your time. Hold on. Buddy. No. Pop. Thank you. I know. You're too smart sometimes. He's figured out if he like jumps on my computer and threatens to fuck up my tech, I will give him attention. But yeah, Libra, that's what I'm getting with you. And I want to say you're wielding this sword with mastery because the cleaning that you're doing, it feels like it's happening on all levels. It feels like necessary conversations, necessary moves, decisions, swift action. And I even feel a spiritual component here, a spiritual cleaning of house as well. Because with the ace, this comes after the 10, right? So it comes after recognizing like what really is dead and decaying, even in your life on a spiritual or emotional level, that you're like, I really need to just let this go. Some guys are doing releasing rituals as well. What else is going on for Libra? I feel this heavy heart energy with you doing this. It's like you're clear and you're happy to. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Divine Rose. Thank you. These timestamps are like gold to me sometimes. Thank you so much. Some of you are doing this with a heavy heart willingly because it's necessary for your highest good, and you know that. But some of you, it is a little bit of a bittersweet energy too. Well, yeah, I'm like getting emotional. Some of you guys may shed some tears. Anything else for Libra? Oh, geez. Oh. Meh. Oh, I wasn't meowing. I'm sorry. We have the Moon with the Emperor, the Two of Cups, and the Nine of Swords. So, not to bring love into this, Libra, but the Two of Cups is kind of blatantly obvious, right? You've got some feelings here about a specific relationship, and it can be to someone at work, like it could be a boss of yours or even employee of yours, but could even be to a parent. Oh, some of you it's to a parent or parental figure, and some of you it's to a lover. But you've I want to say suppressed. I want to say you've interesting because Gemini was fighting something too. You've been fighting some feelings and some fears here about a specific relationship, and you're very clear on how you need to move forward regarding those feelings and regarding those thoughts, whatever that means to you. It does come with letting go of some things. So some of you it comes with letting go of some fears by facing your fears. Some of you may come with needing to relinquish some patterns of behavior, some beliefs, or even something very tangible and physical in your life to deal with what this relationship has been showing you about yourself. Some of you, it's to accommodate the relationship. Some of you, it's to leave the relationship. So take that as you will. Okay. But it's definitely like a reality check of something here. Oh, that's heavy. Let's move on. These are meant to be short, and I'm like already feeling how quickly I'm getting into them being long. Damn it, Clyde. Hold on. I didn't even realize he jumped up on the computer. All right, Aquarius. Buddy. You know I love you, but you know I'm working. He's like right under me. Okay. I might have to go and see what he needs here in a minute after I do Aquarius, and then we'll do water and earth. Aquarius. Can I get a card or two for Aquarius? Ooh. Aquarius. I don't know where this metaphor is going, but they're bringing up a pot. Stirring the pot. What all you got in that pot? Did you this analogy, this metaphor? I don't know where this is going. They're literally just showing me like a pot on a stove. And it's almost like you're like looking at it like, oh shit, did I put like how much did I put in this pot? Okay, did you fuck up your recipe? Is that what this analogy is about? I don't know. We're just rolling with an Aquarius. What else is going on for Aquarius this week? I want to say whatever like analogy or metaphor this is alluding to with this like pot, you've put too much in, or like you've put like really weird ingredients that don't belong together. But that feels very Aquarian to me. And thank you. It's like this is a chance to perfect your recipe. That's the analogy here. This is a chance to perfect your recipe by recognizing how you fucked it up. Let's just be blunt about it. It is an aqua reading after all. Yep, look at that. Death. Yep. With the Hierophant. Yeah, it's giving me this vibe of like, I thought I was doing the right thing, or I thought I was doing this the right way. In accordance to your beliefs, some of you it was doing things by the book and realizing that is not the Aquarian way. So it's like, I'm getting this two different ways. Yeah, one way is like, I did everything I was supposed to do. I thought I followed the recipe to a T, but that's not how you're supposed to do it, Aqua, because you're an Aqua. And some of you went a little overboard in your Aquarian ways, and you're like, oh, I do need to kind of rein this in a little bit. I need to make sure this flavor profile is not like too too crazy. That's honestly what I'm getting here, because death is about changes and transformations, but what's transforming here is your connection to the Hierophant. Okay. It's your relationship to beliefs and values and ethics and morals and what's right and what's not right. The Hierophant sometimes can also be like institution and government. Okay. But it is the rules we live our life by, essentially. You sneak it back up on there? Oh no, he disappeared. That was weird. That was weird. Can I get one more for Aquarius? Yep. And you're like, okay, I need to let this go. I need to like, I have learned, I am wizened. Yeah, 6 of Wands. I'll be victorious next time. So again, take it as it resonates, because some of you, this is about a work situation. Some of you, this is about family. Some of you, this is about a commitment. All right. Some of you, it's literally just how you've been trying to live your life by a certain set of rules or values, whether that's really super traditional and you're realizing that's not for you, or it's more like this, like uber rebellious and Aquarian, and you're realizing I need to balance that out a little bit. The 8 of Cups is saying you've learned, you're going to let it go, you're going to move on, and you know how to deal with this next time. Very cut and dry. We like it. All right. So since Clyde left, oh, he's back. Hi. What do you want? Okay. Let me just take care of him and check up on him, and then I promise I'll be right back in like a couple minutes to do water and earth. Treat this like an intermission, I guess, after I put the cards away. Yeah, we got a lot of animals for the air reading. I know, but I know. All right, be back. I know. Come on. Come on. Oh, to take care of our fur babies. Oh, he just wanted his food heated up. Oh, all right. Let's get back to it. Let's get to water signs here. All right. Thank you for being patient during that intermission. Also, I have decided to open myself up for readings for May. So just putting that out there, and you can go to the website to book for that. Okay. All right. Water signs: Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Messages or insights for my water signs for this week. So for those who are just entering the chat or the live, we're doing elements. We're also playing cards for signs too. Not he wants his food hot. Yep. Yep. Okay. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio for the week. What's going on for my water signs? I'm just feeling a lot of exercising of, how do I want to say? I'm just getting a lot of solar energy, a lot of solar plexus energy. But you're utilizing something. You're like, you're not throwing your weight around. That's not it. It's like the way you're carrying yourself. That's what it is. So, oh my gosh, my cheeks are so red. Water signs. I feel like the way that you're carrying yourselves this week, you're being very intentional on how you're carrying yourself and how you're coming off to people, like the impression you're making. That's how it's feeling. Like you're holding yourself in high esteem. Maybe you're interviewing for a job. I don't know. Don't know your life like that. So Cancer. Ooh. So water signs, we have Camel. I feel like this card rarely comes out for my water signs. This is a card of resourcefulness, practicality, planning ahead, forging through, being resourceful. Being resourceful. I feel like there's I keep getting this energy of like the impression you're making. You're very aware about the impression that you have on people right now. Like it's giving me networking a little bit for some of you. But it's coming down to how resourceful you are. Some of you are trying to get in with the right people. This is giving me job interview. This is what this is giving me. Networking and job interviews. That's what I'm getting, because you're needing to be resourceful right now. You're needing to exercise everything that you have at your disposal. That's what I'm getting here. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And it's interesting because I was getting solar energy, and Camel is fire. Camel is a fire card. Ooh, look at you. We have Owl. This is an intuition energy, but also speaks of recognizing that there are good things on the horizon for you. Again, I feel like you're being very intentional, very methodical, very discerning, very precise. You know what you have at your disposal. You know what you have to work with, and you're working it. It's like, that's honestly what I'm getting. And you're working it. You're working it. You're working it. I'm also being drawn to the orangey, yellowy, purple energies around the owl, because what I was seeing gold and purple, but I was really feeling the solar plexus energy. But it's like I've never seen that on the owl card before. It's just really jumping out here for you. And it's like you are aware, like the way that you are going to carry yourself. That's Clyde. Sorry, he's distracting me. The way that you have this awareness that like the way that you carry yourself has an impact on how resourceful you're going to be. It's like I want to say the role other people are playing in your own resourcefulness. Can I get another card for my water signs? It's like you're on the hunt. Stingray. Spiritual strength. I'm hearing resilience with that. Resilience and persistence. So yeah, water signs. I feel like my water signs this week, you're finding yourself in a position where you're needing to dig deep and be focused and be diligent and be discerning and work with what you got. It's very focused. It's almost borderline Saturnian. The Stingray is my King of Cups card, but the Stingray specifically speaks of learning and having to embody spiritual strength and resilience, like a backbone, essentially. Yeah, I mean, that's all I'm getting with you. You're focused, you're diligent, you're driven, you're being resourceful because it seems like you kinda have to be, is what this is feel it's what it feels like. I feel like this is how you're dealing with the grand fixed cross for some of you, and you're working with what you got, and you're showing great strength in the midst of that. I wanna say you're showing grace in the midst of that. It feels like you're dealing with some challenges here, but you're doing it with, like, a lot of maturity and resilience. Let's get some, archetype cards out here for you. Yeah, water signs. It's like you're really getting into the nitty-gritty of what you are actually made of. And it's interesting that it's like the stingray is coming out for you because you are water, right? And this is almost acting as like your resources here, like your internal resource of like keep going in this, of how you're continuing to move in this. You understand what I'm saying? Are you settled? Are you better? He's causing such havoc before. I know some of you guys said you wanted to see him, so I'll flash him real quick over here. Bubby, Clyde, hi. In his little seat. Okay. All right. Water signs. Let's get back into it here. Yeah, it's giving a very strong not giving up energy. Yeah, very strong. And you're making it look easy. We have the crown. Oh, wait, let me fix the camera. That's better. Okay. So we have the crown coming out here. So this does speak of wisdom and it does speak of maturity. It speaks of somebody who's been around the block a few times and knows how to handle really tough situations. That's what that's giving right now, right? Because the crown is like after the mother, which is after the maiden. It's usually an elder like energy or elder like wisdom. The crown is also about digging into your resources of even like your shadow a little bit. It's like your primal nature of where you have your innate sense of power. Because there's also something about this water signs, about the way that you're navigating. Oh, please take this with a grain of salt. There's a little bit of manipulation in there, but it's not to like manipulate people deviously. It's manipulating your situation, your circumstances to be resourceful. You understand what I'm saying? I think you understand the difference. And that's what I'm getting. It's giving a little bit of magician energy here. Yeah, some of you guys are utilizing your shadow to do it, but the shadow is not bad. The shadow is just, hold on a second. The shadow is not bad. We need the shadow. Kairos. Look at that eye. I just love the visual of this card. Kairos is a card of timing, actually. It speaks to like time space continuum sort of stuff, sort of deal. And the eye to me standing out here, it's really just showing me how aware you are, like of where you're at, what you have to work with, and how to be resourceful with it. How to really work it. I keep getting like you are in the magician mode, utilizing that wisdom of the crone, that power of the crone. Again, Kairos, I feel like is just the awareness. It's your awareness. It's your sight of this. I want to get one more. Can I get one more for my water signs? That was fast. Interesting. The offering. And on the bottom, we have the bardo. The bardo to me is kind of like a portal card. But the offering is the practice of making something sacred, right? The offering is I will relinquish this in hopes that it will be returned to me in a sacred way. This may also be why you're needing to be resourceful. Water signs. Nothing that you're doing in this energy is reckless or impulsive. It's like every move you're making, it's so serious too. Every move you're making in this energy is intentional, including this. Some of you, like I said, I was getting a little bit of a networking, forging partnerships. Some of you, it is like, what can I give you and what can we do for each other? Some of you is definitely about that, but some of you are also needing to let go of something to take this chance in trusting yourself in your resourcefulness, to get to something else or to attain something else that means a lot to you. And I'm hearing sustaining. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Some of you are going to have to really lean into your own wisdom here of recognizing if I let go of this thing that's not really holding me anymore, I can get something that will hold me. But something about it feels delicate. Something about it feels delicate, which I think is why you're moving so intentionally here. Very fascinating. Let's go ahead and get into the signs. Starting with Cancer. Okay. Cancer, I want to do the unicorns with you. They're just screaming your name for some reason. Okay. Cancer. Don't know if that was my own eyesight or what. Cancer. Any messages or insights for my Cancers pertaining to this spread for this week? What's going on for my Cancers? What's going on for the Crabby Crabs? For Cancer. Can I get a card or two for Cancer? So Cancer, I feel like some of you guys may be sensing Jupiter's shift into Cancer soon. They were giving me 10 of Cups vibes, and I was getting this feeling of just like just sheer fun family time, like just fun with loved ones and laughter and play. It's like I was getting a lot of that, or even like you're perceiving a lot of that. I think you're sensing Jupiter moving into Cancer, or you're just like really ready for it. There's something about that energy that's pulling on you right now. There's something about that energy that's calling you right now. And I want to say it's like, it feels prophetic, to be honest with you. You may be having dreams about this. It feels prophetic, but you want it. You want it, it wants you, and it's pulling on you. I want to say this may start becoming more of a priority for you. Actually, that makes a lot of sense. Because yeah, as we're shifting from Jupiter into Cancer, which happens in June, just letting you know, in your season, by the way, right? In your season, Jupiter's moving into Cancer. And it's going to be there for, I think roughly a year, give or take a few months. The emphasis, the collective energy is going to feel that expansion of Cancer, that importance of emotional stability, of family, of tribe, of loved, of connections, of loved ones, all the dynamics of what it is to be with family, right? And you being a Cancer, you won't feel that more than anybody. That might be your priority for the next, I'm hearing the number 18, so maybe 12 to 18 months. Oh, Cancer. We have 9 of Swords. So dreams keep coming up as a theme. This came up for air. 9 of Swords is usually fear and anxiety, and you could be having a little bit of that. But I something about sleep, man. Something about sleep, nighttime, and dreams are not normal. That's what I want to say. Are not normal. I feel like who else had this? Someone else had this, very, very similar to this. So if you remember, please put it in the chat for other people. Your dreams are showing you something. Your dreams are showing you something, and I want to say they're actually showing you your own fears. Things that you're actually deep down worried about or actually very insecure about. And I want to say it has to do with your own Cancer energy or Cancer-like things like family, friends, loved ones, celebrations, inner child even, or just the energy of play, togetherness, belonging. These are themes that are coming up here. Can I get one more for Cancer? Some of you take these messages as they resonate, because some of you, I'm starting to get this feeling. I'm hearing Capricorn, which is your natural 7th. Some of you may recognize, even though you don't want to recognize, some of you don't want to recognize this, that there is something about your material plane that's taking up too much space where family could be, where it's like work or the practical or the material is taking up too much space where emotional, loving connections could take up space. Yep, there it is. Happiness, 9 of Cups. Happiness, wish fulfillment, contentment. You can have that 9 of Cups, Cancer, and I think you're going to see the way through that. And I want to say it seems to be rooted in your own Cancerian nature, energy, or themes of Cancer. Can I get one more for Cancer, please? You can have what makes you happy. You really can. This is again, the collective energy of water signs is so Serious. You just have to allow yourself to see the way through it. Yeah, the Fool card. It's gonna require you to take a leap of faith here. Some of you, it's gonna require you to take some risks and to let something go or even walk away from something. And I want to say that has to do with more the material plane, and the practical is really more of what I'm getting here. Something that feels secure and safe materially, physically. You got to make space for it, is what this is coming down to. You got to make space for it, and it's bringing up some fears for you. All right. Okay. Hold on. I'm coming back for a second. It doesn't mean completely giving up on something in the material plane either. It's not a one for one thing, right? Like if you have a whole pie, like the zodiac wheel, right? Representing all these little aspects of life and things that we juggle and get to experience. Your your cancer sliver, okay? The one that represents like the fourth house or even just you, it really teeny tiny. And the sliver that represents, I'm getting more like the Capricorn, right? Like material plane and stability and money and work and all that stuff is really big. You just need to make the slices more even. You're not trading one out for the other. It's just evening up your pie slices, okay? You got to even up the pie slices. Some of you, this is going to come with some work-life balance, okay? All right, now let's move on to Scorpio. Okay. Scorpio, ooh, we're going to go in the dark. Scorpio, why do I feel like you're already taking us to the depths? As you do. Oh, I like Scorpio. Immediately with getting into your energy, I felt a whoa. It was like, are we going down the elevator? What's going on? It was like just like a I don't know how else to explain that. The energy got real heavy real quick. Okay. Like you took us down somewhere. Okay, Scorpio. Yeah, I'm like wanting to breathe a lot in your energy. Okay, this has to be said. Some of my mystics here who may resonate with this reading, some of you guys are handling really high volume energy. I don't know, like just a lot of energy. Some of you guys are handling a lot of energy. I want to say for your body, you're probably a channel or a medium. That just wanted to be said. Scorpio, let's come back to the main collective of Scorpio, please, for this week. Yeah, my whole body's getting all tingly, like I'm getting electrified with energy with you. Ooh, Scorpio, I feel like you're having a massive release. I think this is what this is. I want to push the energy out of you, to ground it out. So Scorpios, I'm getting two things. I'm getting a massive release, but at the same time, it's almost like as quickly as you're releasing something, that's as fast as something new is coming in. I feel like whatever this release is, some of you Scorpios have been wanting to have this release or craving this release for a really, really long time, even if you haven't really fully had an understanding or understanding of exactly what this release was about. It feels so physical. I feel like most of my Scorpios, you were probably on the red path. Okay. Let's just keep it real. You probably were on the red path, right? You know what? It's reminding me of Lilith and Haumea, but if you resonated with that red path message, that's what this feels like. It's like you're releasing the red path as you are aligning to the white path. Oh, my eyes just did something weird as I said that. Scorpio, Jesus. No easy readings for Scorpio ever. Can I get a card or two, maybe, for Scorpio? My back is like freaking. I just want to shake all this energy out now. You're going to be reminded of something. Yeah, okay. This is a very specific message. If you resonated with the red path channeling, remember what I said before, there's going to be something that you're going to get reminded of something from your past, from when you first embraced this path, this red path. It's going to be so random and so out of left field. It's going to be something you probably haven't thought about in a long time. There's a reason. It's almost like a marker. Thank you. It's like a milestone marker, but it's like, it feels so random. Some of this could have been a dream. Dreams seem to be a theme right now. It could have been a dream. It could have been like a weird encounter you had with somebody that was like fleeting. Like, you know, people say like when they think they meet an angel and it's like a 2-second interchange, but like it sticks with them. It's something like that. It was like so quick, so fast, so fleeting, but it was like a mile marker for you. There's something significant about it. Anyway, any other messages or insights for Scorpio? We don't have any cards out yet. Yeah, I feel better after just saying all that. Can I get a card or two for Scorpio? Oh. It might have been a relationship, Scorpio. Two of Cups. Now, given this is a general reading, Two of Cups can represent your relationship to self. Absolutely can mean that, but it does also represent relationships. What else is going on for Scorpio? Watch the Six of Cups come out. I would not be surprised. Oh. Hierophant was showing itself. Five of Pentacles. I'm just getting struggle with that. Five of Pentacles can relate to financial issues. It can relate to feeling alone, isolated, feeling like you're the odd man out, feeling like you just got it really hard. It can be scarcity mindset. It can even be fear. Some of you, this is all around relationships or a specific relationship that's coming up at this time. If it's about your relationship to self, I want to say it's almost like this experience of your own fears and insecurities here that has kept you from really being able to just be at peace with all of who you are, free of that fear and free of those insecurities. But I want to say that Five of Pentacles energy, that struggle is over. And I am getting loneliness really hardcore here. Some of you may have had a prolonged experience of being misunderstood or feeling really alone in the world. Can I get another, especially if you walk the red path, that probably is very true. Can I get a third card for Scorpio, please? You're going to find your way out of this. Oh, Jesus. Not going to be easy, but you're going to find your way. So it's interesting. Cancer had 9s. Scorpio, you have 5s. It's just interesting there. I feel, yeah, Scorpio, the longer I'm in this, I feel like this is about belonging. I feel like these are experiences, situations where you have felt really alone and have felt like things have been really difficult. Like no one's had your back is what this feels like. Like you've been in something by yourself. Some of this has been very prolonged. You can find your way out of this. There is a way out of this. They're highlighting the owl. The owl is your way out. Can I get one more, please, for Scorpio? One final card for Scorpio. Oh my gosh, Scorpio. Again, no easy reading for Scorpios ever. 3 of Swords. I know you don't, this is not going to bring you solace, but this is just what wants to be said. You're so close. I know that probably doesn't feel good to hear at all. Probably even make some of you angry. You are so close. You are so close. You are so close to finding your way out of this feeling, this perceived experience. I got to get what Scorpio, I think you guys need your own reading. It's funny. I felt the way about Cancers last week and I didn't get around to it, but I did do the 10-10 message, which probably was for Cancers. But Scorpio, let's get one more card on here for you. That 3 of Swords, that's just screaming pain and discomfort. That's just screaming, I can't take this anymore. That's what that's screaming to me. Some of you, this is about betrayal of relationships, but I feel like it's really umbrella vibration here is feeling alone, misunderstood, and not supported. Yeah, 4 of Swords also indicating this feeling of isolation. But 3 of Swords and 4 of Swords, there's an Ace of Swords there for clarity and insight, and also representing healing for you. Again, I feel like this is really aligning to people who resonate with the red path message. And then we have the Hierophant and the 9 of Pentacles. The Hierophant, beliefs, values, ethics, morals, faith, spirituality, institutions, and government. 9 of Pentacles is your own sense of independence and how stable and confident you feel within yourself. Scorpio, I feel like this is a reading for Scorpios where all you've had to go on is faith. Again, it's reminding me of the red path message. Where all you've had to go on is faith, but the healing that you find in nurturing your relationship to self and not others, interesting. So some of you guys, this is also part of a major lesson for you. I want to say a life cycle that you are probably always going to experience. It's giving me a little bit of Saturn. It's giving me a little bit of karmic energy. It's giving me a little bit of North Node energy. So again, take it as it resonates. But unavoidable is what I want to say. Unavoidable experiences in a path where you were kind of forced to work on your relationship with yourself and work on your relationship with your faith and what your real values are, what your real beliefs are, what makes you feel strong within yourself, what makes you feel capable within yourself. This feels long, this feels arduous, this feels really difficult. But again, it's reminding me of the red path. But it looks like the gift of that is an unshakable sense of self, an unshakable confidence you have with yourself because it's forced you to invest in yourself and not other people, even though that came with loneliness. And even though that might have come with backstabbing. And again, the feeling of you're so close, you're done. You're done. You've learned, you've grown, you're done, and it's time to move out of this cycle, is what wants to be said there. Wow. Pisces. 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 I feel exhausted after that Scorpio reading. I'm not going to lie. Scorpios, you took it out of me. All right, Pisces. What's going on for my fishies? Oh. What's going on for my fishies, for Pisces? Again, I expect most of the mutable signs to be dealing fairly well in this energy, especially Pisces. I expect Pisces to be doing the best, honestly. All right, Pisces. Any messages or insights for Pisces for this week? Can I get a couple cards for Pisces? Pisces. Koi fish specifically are coming up. So that's screaming abundance to me and prosperity. I'm also hearing health, abundance of health. Maybe your health is improving. Pisces. Oh, we have the Ace of Cups. Oh, no one's had this first in a while. Ace of Cups. This to me represents the soul, represents the heart, can also represent having some new experiences that are very promising to you emotionally, and new experiences or opportunities that get you excited in the heart space, that make you feel a lot of things. Okay. I like this. I'm already liking this for you. Let's see where this takes us, Pisces. Ooh, the Fool. And then we have the Hanged Man. So Pisces, again, very clear cut, very similar to I think it was Aquarius. I think Aquarius had something similar to this. You're following your heart. It's just that simple. There's nothing else to really say about it. The Hangman tells me that you have been in kind of a stasis a little bit, but I don't think you've been hating it. That's like, this is your card. You kind of do the void very well compared to other people. And I think you've just been taking it in stride. But the Fool and the Ace of Cups, you're just following your heart. You're on to new and better things, and you're just happy to do it. It's just, it's very clear. It's very clear. I know you guys got like a very short reading. I'm going to pull one more card for Pisces, just for fairness. Can I get one more card, please? Can you clarify the Ace of Cups? What's going on with this Ace of Cups? Or even the Fool energy? Yeah, Justice. You deserve this. You're ready for it. You're excited. You're running towards it. You're embracing it. Justice is deserved. Justice is balance. It's harmony. It's resolution. King of Pentacles at the bottom. Some of you, this is making you feel very secure. Some of this is a financial sense of security. There's nothing else to be said. It looks good. That's good. That's good, Pisces. Let's move on. Oh, yeah. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot about all these other oracle cards I pulled too. All right, last but not least, Earth. Earth. Get the signs ready at a time. Now, normally this element or signs that go last usually got a lot going on. Not always, but I'm curious. So, Earth signs, starting with the animal cards for you, the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck for my Earth signs. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I'm getting the word vulnerable. Some of you are going to find yourself in a really vulnerable position. Oh, actually, hold on. Let me just do this real quickly. Some of you are going to find yourself in a very vulnerable position, or you're going to be dealing with somebody who's in a very vulnerable position. It feels like divulgence. It feels like divulgence. It feels like opening up. Doesn't exactly have to be confession. It might feel like that for some of you. It's more just like, yeah, just being vulnerable because it needs to happen. It's like it's coming out of you or it's coming out of another person. Somebody may be in an actual compromising position and you may come to help them, or vice versa, where you may be compromised and someone's going to help you. The Whale, great mystery is what this card is about. Very Piscean. It speaks about the subconscious, intuition, following spirit, or being at one with spirit. A lot of gentility and compassion is what I'm getting. I'm getting a strong humanitarian energy. So again, this feeling of like coming to someone's aid who is vulnerable. You doing this for another person or someone doing this for you. Yeah. Yeah. It's also giving me grandmother energy. Some of you guys, your grandmother's energy will be very strong with you at this time. You could be a grandmother or grandfather. Yeah, it feels like being held by the whale, being carried by the whale. And I keep getting humanitarian. Your own humanitarian energy could be getting very activated around this time with all this aqua energy too. What else is going on for my earth signs? But it's gentle. I want to make that clear. Whether you're acting in this whale energy or someone's acting in this energy towards you, it's gentle. It's gentle and compassionate for my earth signs. Wow, another water card with turtle. So turtle is also elder energy. So lots of elder energy coming out here, signs. But turtle is also about pacing and being wise with how you're moving through the energies. A lot of wisdom here. And again, you could be experiencing or receiving a lot of guidance from elders, physically or even in spirit. But I just keep getting there's aid. There's aid happening here. And then cheetah. Cheetah feels like an outlier. Why is cheetah here? To calm and to soothe the pace. Cheetah's feeling a little impulsive here. I'm going to get one more on cheetah. Can I get one more on the cheetah card, please? For my earth signs for Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Oh, I know I felt something weird about that. Shark. Oh, one more. And nightingale. It's a call for help. Okay. Earth signs. Why is it making me emotional? So this is representing that loving, comforting, elder, or even humanitarian support that you're sensing or feeling from people in spirit, or you are receiving from another person, or vice versa. You're playing this role for another person or people. And this is representing the aid, the person or persons that are requiring aid. With cheetah, shark, and nightingale, it literally feels like sounding the alarm or like yelling for help is what this feels like. Shark is this feeling of the walls are closing in. It's this feeling of doom. It's this feeling of like something is lurking, something is encasing. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. It can evoke a lot of fear. And it speaks of perceived threats. So real or just perceived, right? Because sometimes our fear can get the best of us. But nightingale is a throat chakra card. It's literally speaking up. It's speaking up and it's speaking out. And then cheetah just feels like a force here. Like I'm not really feeling anything else other than a lot of energy or a lot of fast moving energy. Something happening really fast or playing out really fast. It is masculine energy. It's 8 of Wands, and it usually speaks to action. But if oh, hold on a second. But all I keep getting is a call for help. And yes, there is a little bit of a fast, almost impulsive energy around this. So keep in mind, You could be the one putting out this help me signal, or someone else is. And it is being heard and it's being answered either by spirit or by you or by someone else. So take this as it resonates. You know who you are in all of this. Okay. But it's just a cry for help. Oh, okay. Working with the archetype deck here. Oh, it's bringing up the emotions, mother. That's totally the whale turtle energy. I mean, this is more grandmother, but mother, it's that feeling of being held and supported and safe and comforted and like, hey, everything's going to be okay. 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 So if you're in need of help or you're like asking for help, that prayer is being answered in spirit and some of you in the physical. Some of you, someone's going to ask you for help and you're playing this role for them. Safety safe. Safety safe. Ah! Oh, geez. Yeah. Look at that. The mother and the underworld. Excuse me. So the whale, I'm just going to say the whale energy, the whale turtle energy is going to be keeping, I'm going to say the nightingale, keeping this nightingale safe from this underworld energy. I want to say from being devoured. That is like so extreme. So like, don't take it so literal, but it's like the underworld is a dark, scary place, right? For most people, the underworld is like where we go to the depths of the subconscious and the psyche and our fears, and where our fears are really alive and can affect us, right? It can also be a space where we're experiencing a lot of like tumultuous events or even chaos or losses or tragedy. And it's just like yearning for that safety safe. Again, the prayer is being answered. The prayer is being answered. Whether you're acting on that call and that prayer or someone else's or spirits just showing up to provide safety, it's happening. It's absolutely happening. Can I get one more, please? For my earth signs. Oh. Oh. It's like it's making my heart do so many things. Earth signs, we have the gem. I feel like that's literally the little golden egg in the nest. By the way, golden egg came out for air. So if you're having something with air signs, um yeah, this gem, the gem is the nightingale asking for help. And the nightingale will be protected by the whale turtle mother energy from this underworld energy. And again, some of you, it's just your own fear. Some of you, nothing's actually happening. It's just your own fear. And you're going to be soothed through that by someone else or by spirit, or again, vice versa. Okay. But some of you, I want to say there are actual things happening and you're going to ask for help and your prayer will be answered. Wow. So specific. Okay. Let's get to Taurus. Okay. Taurus, we're going to go with Rider Waite here. Taurus, any messages or insights for Taurus for this week? Taurus, any messages or insights for Taurus for this week? Let's get a card or two for Taurus. The Empress really wants to come out, which is the mother. 7 of Wands. That feels very protection-like to me. Yeah. This is Mars Leo. So this card may be coming out in a lot of your own personal readings here. But 7 of Wands is defensive energy. It's protection. It's taking a stand. I want to say you're protecting someone or something that's precious to you. I want to say you're taking on the mother role, regardless of gender. Feels more like Mama Bear or Mama Tiger. I don't know. It feels a little ferocious. Can I get one more, please? For Taurus. Can I get one more for Taurus? Yeah, strength. Oh, look at you. Look at you, Taurus. You ain't backing down for shit. Lots of Leo energy here. Lots of Leo. I feel like this is a nod to Mars Leo. So Taurus, for you, I would especially look to see what's going on in your house of Leo. Okay? Like if you have any personal planets there or if Mars transiting that house is like doing something weird to other planets in your chart because your house of Leo seems to be very emphasized, all right? And we already know that the sun being oh by the way, happy birthday Taurus, that the sun and moon being in Taurus, again new moon Taurus this week is squaring off Mars. Okay. So it seems like that leg of the cross is just really jumping out for you. Okay. Yeah, it feels like you're being pushed to fight and exert a lot of um well, confidence and bravery and not backing down. That's what that looks like to me. Can I get one more for Taurus? Like, what are you protecting? You're puzzling me. Some of you guys could be a Taurus moon with the moon in Hierophant. Some of you guys could have Cancer in your chart. There's something weird about this, about the Hierophant with the moon. Are you standing up to the Hierophant? I feel like you're standing up to the Hierophant. That's what this feels like. You could be standing up to somebody who abuses their power. I'm getting a little bit of that, right? Who like uses the dark side of the moon to cover up stuff, right? It's like the secrets that the Hierophant holds is kind of how this is feeling, or like the veil of illusion and shadiness around the Hierophant. It's just something feels shady about this. And this is what you're standing up against or standing for. Um Yeah, so it could be somebody who abuses their power. Could be someone at work or in your community. I want to say probably community or in your family because Hierophant is normally like a person of the public. It's you know like a pastor or a priest or someone like that or a teacher or a mentor of some kind. Could even represent like an institution within your community. I feel like you're standing up against the Hierophant. I don't know another way to describe it. I feel like you're standing up against people or a person or forces that abuse their power. I just don't know another way to say it. That are also actively hiding things or keeping things hush hush. And you're not about it. Can I get one more for Taurus? And then we're going to move on to Virgo. One more for Taurus, please. It's like you're not standing for it. Yeah, Judgment and the Two of Swords. You can't shake this feeling like you have to do something about it. Judgment is the stick that's poking at you. And it's really just your own soul. It's really spirit going like, hey, 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 hey. Judgment's trying to reveal something. Two of Swords usually is about making decisions and what you're choosing to believe. But Two of Swords can also represent like what we are not allowing ourselves to see around the Hierophant. You can't unsee what you see about the Hierophant and about what you don't agree with. Some of you, this is just a shifting in your values, but I feel like it's standing up for something or protecting something because you're seeing something shady about the Hierophant energy and your soul is just like, oh yeah, this is not okay. I don't believe in this. I don't ascribe to this. I can't stand for this. Fool card. There's a little bit of a risk here. So take it as you will. It's like I'm getting those like more extreme stories of like standing up to someone who is like the Hierophant or like institutions, social justice, right? Some of you, it's just realizing um the shadow or the deceptive energy of like family values and beliefs or cultural beliefs. Okay. And you're saying no. You're saying no to it. You're saying no. Yeah, interesting. Okay, let's go into Virgo. Virgo. Which one do we want? Virgo. Virgo, we want the unicorns. Okay. Okay, Virgos. Oh, timestamp. glad I looked down. All right, Virgo. Virgo. Any messages or insights for Virgos pertaining to the spread in this week? Virgo. What's going on for my Virgos? I feel like you're being very social or you're around more people than you're used to. Brave or be rave. Hi. I remember you. Thank you for the $10. Been following you for a few years. You're always on point. Go Bull Gang. You're appreciated. Oh, well, thank you so much for that. It's funny. I do remember you because we talked about your username. Okay. Virgo. Yeah, Virgo. I'm starting to get this vibe like you're around more people than you're used to, or you're talking to more people than you're used to. It feels like your energy is getting pulled on a little bit, or there's more people in your awareness, is just how it's feeling. Virgo. Any messages or insights for Virgo? King of Pentacles. I feel like you're taking on the role of the King of Pentacles. I don't think you're answering to one, which is, I don't know why that wanted to be emphasized, but it did. But King of Pentacles is Taurus. It's a role of leadership. It's a role of responsibility. You could be dealing with a boss, or you could be dealing with somebody in the workspace. That could be true, but I feel like you're taking on more responsibility. Oh, and maybe you don't really like it. We have the Three of Swords coming through here. There's something about that's uncomfortable. Almost like you're too exposed, or something about where you don't feel super safe, which is interesting. Because King of Pentacles is all about establishing safety and stability. And I feel like whatever role you're taking on or whatever role you're stepping into, I keep getting you're taking on more responsibility. There's something about it that's really uncomfortable. I don't feel like you're in pain. I feel like it's just uncomfortable. Sometimes the Three of Swords is just tension and discomfort. Like, it's almost like you don't like what it comes with. Like, you're taking on more responsibility, but you're like, ooh, I didn't know I was signing up for this. Like, that's kind of what it feels like. Maybe you got a promotion at work. Can I get a third card for Virgo? Oh, Virgo, you're not happy. Oh, you're really not happy. Oh, I want to hug you. And so, okay, this is interesting because Virgos, you're really unhappy, but you're hiding it. I want to say you're hiding it. I don't think you're letting it show. Because even like King of Pentacles on the surface can be very stoic, because they need to be, because they're holding shit down, right? King of Pentacles holds a lot of responsibility. They maintain the 10. They're like a CEO sometimes, right? And here are you, Ace of Cups and Nine of Swords. It's like some of you feel like in taking on this responsibility, whatever this responsibility is, like you're betraying yourself. That's what this looks like. Like your soul is screaming, we don't like this, we don't like this, we don't want to do this. The Nine of Swords and the Three of Swords, there's a Six of Swords energy here, which says that you will find some sort of peace or acceptance or way to navigate this feeling and this awareness that you have. It's like it's this feeling of like, did I make a mistake? Did I do the right thing? We have Five of Swords at the bottom as well. Yeah, it's like you're worried you made a mistake, or you're worried you're betraying yourself. Some of you are worried that you're betraying a loved one or other loved ones, because whatever this responsibility is you're taking on, it may be taking you away from a loved one, or like time with a loved one, or time with family. This could even like this feels like promotion at work is what this feels like. Promotion at work or more financial responsibility. Can I get one more, please? Some of you sacrifice love for money. Not all of you. You know who you are. This can even be someone you know. Yeah, Hierophant and the Hermit, responsibility. There you are, Virgo, as the Hermit. I love the way this Hermit card is depicted, by the way. He's just so cute with his little cloak. But anyway. Yeah, you're reflecting on your responsibility and your obligations, and you're wondering if you've made a mistake on what you've decided to commit yourself to. That's what I'm getting here. And again, that's what this week is about. It's the reality check of what actually matters, right? What actually matters to your soul, to your heart, like on that kind of a deep level, what freaking matters to you. And I can see it. You're torn between the cup or the pentacle. That's what I'm seeing. And it's like the balance of the cup or the pentacle. Five of Swords is still at the bottom here for you, Virgo. But this is also how we learn. So it's like, even though I'm highlighting very, very significantly, like very prominently, that yes, some of us are going to have a reality check and it's not going to be fun. It doesn't mean you effed up. I know it may seem that way. We may even say that to ourselves. I think I've even said it in this video that way. That's how we learn. That's how we learn. We learn by making choices and seeing the cause and effect of those choices. Like, that's literally how we learn. And that's just being human. That is what we signed up for, to be human on this planet. Okay. So Virgo, if you're resonating with this and you're hitting a moment of like, oh my God, did I sacrifice something I really care about and something that really matters to me for something that is just pentacle related or stability related, whatever, and you're like, I need to make some adjustments, then hey, you're learning. It would you have learned another way, right? What is a stellium? A stellium is when you have three or more, some people say four or more, three or more natal placements in a sign. So, like, for example, I'm a Cappy Scorpio stellium. So I have my moon, my Saturn, my Neptune, and my Uranus in Capricorn. And then I have my sun, my Mercury, and my Pluto in Scorpio. So it's like those are stelliums. Um, can you tell I'm hyperfixated sometimes or hardworking? Anyway, are we still live? Yes, we are. We're coming down to the last sign. But yeah, Virgo, my heart goes out to you. You're going to figure this out. That's what this week is for, is to figure this kind of shit out. Okay. All right. Capricorn. Last but not least. Cappies. You guys get the glow in the dark tarot. Sometimes I feel like this is like my shadow tarot. I don't know. Maybe just because the way it's designed, you know? All right. Capricorns. What's going on for my Cappies? I arrived on time for Cappy. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Capricorn. Any messages or insights for my Capricorns for this week? Oh, Cappies. I'm getting a softening with you, and it feels really nice. Like, it feels like your heart feels very warm. Oh, that was quick. Oh, I say warm and you get all like water cards. You get strong Cancer cards. So it's interesting because Cancer had Capricorn come up in their reading too. So if you have Cancer in your chart or you're dealing with a Cancer, I would definitely watch the Cancer reading because they had you coming up in there too. But Chariot with the Queen of Cups. So you're in your feels, you're in your heart. That's what I was feeling, a warm, fuzzy heart. That's what I was feeling. And you're letting that drive you. It's funny because I feel like with every element we did, the most mature sign, which is the last sign, right? So like for fire signs, it's Sag, for air, it's Aquarius, for water, it's Pisces, have had like the easiest, breeziest readings, which I guess kind of makes sense if they are the most mature signs. But anyway, um, yeah, you're just really in your heart space. You're allowing yourself to really feel, just to really feel and feel what makes you feel warm and fuzzy. And I want to say with the Chariot, you're ready to act on that. You're acting from the heart, you're acting from love. Some of you are actually coming to someone's rescue. I'm getting that too. Like you're feeling this strong feeling of love towards them and you're wanting to help them. You're wanting to move closer to them. You're wanting to hold them. You're wanting to help them overcome something. That's for some of you. It's giving me Two of Cups energy. Anything else for Capricorn? Sorry. Wow, it's 5:15 already? 5:15, I guess. That was quick. Wow, where did the time go? Yeah. Oh, that's right, because I did the live already and then it glitched out, so I had to redo it. That's why. It's like, it don't make no sense. It's already 5:15. Interesting. 5 of Swords. Why is 5 of Swords here for Capricorn? Yeah, struggle, 9 of Wands. This is what I feel like you are helping somebody overcome. Some of you are overcoming this, and I want to say the help you're getting is in spirit. So I'm gonna say that again because I feel like you're in your heart. I feel a very warm, fuzzy, lovey-dovey, gooey, ooey vibes, okay, in your heart space, and that's where you're at. That's where you're operating from. So if you have been really struggling, and just I want to say just really struggling, I want to say the support you're getting is spirit. I want to say almost angelic, and is helping you to get in your heart space and using that as a way to propel yourself out of this struggle energy. Some of you are witnessing somebody going through it, and you're honestly coming to the rescue is what it looks like to me. But 5 of Swords and the 9 of Wands representing struggle, it's kind of screaming fears and ego is what it's telling me, because 9 of Wands speaks of having an experience or a path where you've had to really put a lot of energy out there. You've had to really push, you've had to really strive, and you're still in it, right? Like there hasn't been relief. That's what the 9 of Wands is screaming to me. 5 of Swords is kind of saying the same thing, where it's like the ego saying, don't you dare give up. Don't you dare, don't you dare, don't you dare. Just keep pushing, pushing, pushing. But to what end? Right? To what end? There's exhaustion here with the energy that's struggling. Anything else for Capricorn? 10 of Pentacles. Some of you are struggling in terms of 10 of Wands. Yeah, the breaking point. Yeah, the breaking point. Some of you have been really struggling with your work, your career, and with money. Some of you, this has been with your own household or your own family. I want to say mostly pentacle related, but these are different themes in which the struggling has been taking place, whether it's you or someone that you're going to help here. And with the 10 of Wands being at the bottom, there is a breaking point here where help is needed, or it being asked for, where help is being asked for. One more for Capricorns, especially since you guys are the last ones. We'll spend a little bit more time on you. Can I get one more card for Capricorns? 1 or 2 more cards, please. Interesting. Queen of Wands. Okay. We like seeing her. Why is the Queen of Wands here? Queen of Wands is confidence, passion, creativity. She's the mystic. She's also the witch, right? Very attractive, very alluring, very magician-like. Normally gets what she wants, essentially. Liberated is what I'm hearing with the 8 of Swords. King of Pentacles coming out here. So yeah, again, I keep getting that there is like a coming to aid in your reading, Capricorn. And if you're struggling, you're getting aid. I want to say mostly by spirit. It could be with a person, but I feel like mostly by spirit. And if someone else around you is needing aid, you're showing up as the King of Pentacles to help them, okay? But with the Queen of Wands and the 8 of Swords, I feel like the person who is struggling, the energy that's struggling, they're going to find a way to be liberated. And I want to say what's been really affecting them is their own belief. I hate to say that, but that's kind of what I'm seeing here. Is the way they choose to view things, the way they choose to have perspective of things has been keeping them in a place of struggle. And I want to say been almost like they've been disempowering themselves, not believing that they're like capable, not believing they can handle shit, not believing they can do certain shit. I'm not going to say victim, but maybe a little. maybe just a smidgen. Maybe a little victim going on in there. But I just feel a lot of disempowering of the self. When they are capable, they just needed to believe in themselves. One, they also needed support to remind them that they are. King of Pentacles still at the bottom. What's at the top? Ooh, the Fool and the 10 of Cups. So, I mean, all of these readings are just potentials of the energy and how you can utilize it to your benefit. There's a lot of choice and free will that goes on, right? So the energy that's struggling here, I think, has every opportunity to move out of this state of mind. Okay. And I do think you're just going to offer them some reminders. It's almost like you're going to like bring them back to center or something. Because again, you're coming through as the King of Pentacles, very grounding. Yeah, I keep feeling like you're gonna help somebody versus like them helping you. But it can be that way, like I said. And if this is you helping another person, I also feel like you have so much love for them that you can't help but help them. You just like can't help but like, ooh, like come to the rescue. And not in a way of like save a hoe. Like not like that. Not like that. This just feels like emotional support. This feels like giving a good talk. This feels like holding space. This feels like giving the person like a chance to just like freak out and like cry it out and then like remind them that they're capable, and then they go and they deal with it. Like it's not fixing someone's problems. It's not fixing anybody. I want to make that very clear. It just feels like offering support in very healthy ways. Okay. All right. So we are complete. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. And especially for those who were in the first live and hung out with me all through this one. I love doing these readings for you. It brings me a lot of joy. And I hope you guys have an amazing week. Again, don't forget to check out the website and Patreon as well. On Patreon, you can get access to all of the old extended sign readings if that's something that calls to you. We also do an additional weekly as well for the patrons. And we also do a new moon, full moon hangout. There's also discounts, there's early ad free access to certain things. We got stuff over there. So go and check it out. But I'm going to go. I love you. Take care. Have a great week and a great day. And I'll see you later. Bye.